Welcome to Liberal 12th Man Show. I'm Liberal 12th Man, and we are about to be going live with this game. I know that a lot of people have been really looking forward to what we have in store for a game that Real Madrid is definitely the heavy favorites in this game. Let's just be honest. I have the starting lineups. The confirmed starting lineups for all the teams. So it should be one that is, uniquely put together for us. And in that, it's going to be, Vinicius Jr., Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, big Camavinga, Valverde, Cruz. A lot of big names. A lot of big names, to say the least. So I don't know about you, but I am not rooting for I'm rooting for a good game, of course, but what I am rooting for is I'm rooting for Borussia Dortmund to win this one. If it comes down to the two of them, because I just 14 going on for 15 is just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. So, but for right now, like I said, I have the starting lineups out. I have the starting lineups up on for us. Make sure that I know that they're here in America, where I'm watching it through Paramount. So, and I'll do my best to not give any spoilers or anything like that. It's not like we're watching a Liverpool game, so it's not that bad of a situation. Who do you guys have in this game? Tell me the truth. Like, who do you have scoring? What's the basic what's the score line that you predict and everything else? It's it's a game I wish that we were a part of, obviously. But you get to go to the tournament, so it makes it that much easier to not necessarily want to see Real Madrid end up lifting this championship title one more time. So, but big up to all that are joining us. Whether you watch this on the replay, which I'm sure you could watch this on the replay, and in case you're watching the game, or you couldn't watch the game live, you want to have this as your background, which is more than appreciative. There's some things about this game I was looking and picking out, at least. There's some things about this game that I thought could necessarily happen. One of those things is I think that Vinicius Jr. is definitely likely to, get a couple attempts at least on goal, if not score a goal himself. He could even possibly assist. So, I mean, Vinicius Jr. is a fantastic talent, absolutely fantastic talent. Trying to think. I think we could probably end up, depending on how it goes down, you could probably end up predicting to see the guy that I was speaking on yesterday that kind of ruffled some feathers. Emery Can possibly getting a card, or getting at least a booking, some type of booking. I don't think he's gonna get a red card, but now that I said it, he probably ends up getting one. But yeah, it should be pretty cool. I like the fact that I can't admit this, that there is something special about the Borussia Dortmund supporters, as in they come in full force, in full, the background of the yellow wall is very, very intimidating. We'll see if it intimidates Real Madrid to kind of flutter. I don't think it necessarily will, but I am hoping that it does, to say the least. I'm going to bring up here, this is the starting lineup for Dortmund, actually, too. So Dortmund is going to be playing a 4-2-3-1. Ryerson, Hummels, Schlotterbeck, Matson, Sabitzer, Can in the midfield. Then you have Sancho. Isn't it kind of crazy that Sancho is going to be making a Champions League start in a final? A player that was abandoned basically by his team, returning to a team that he once played for, actually. So I mean, it is a team that he witnessed his rise, which is pretty cool. Excuse me, but yeah, Sancho, Brandt, Adeyemi, and I want to speak on hopefully when I guess I think some people are going to be joining us today. We possibly might have JK. We possibly might have Irishman. We might even have Lee. But I wanted to get a kind of read on those that have watched the Bundesliga at least, and kind of get a read on like what you guys think about Karim Adeyemi. And then Füllkrug is up front for them on this lineup, which is pretty cool to see, because I think that Nicholas has definitely made progressive steps towards solidify himself as a real choice for Dortmund this year. Certainly a real choice. Big up Luca. Big up Luca. I hope you're okay too. Oh, and we have the Irishman here. Big up Irishman. How are you?
Very well. Evening all.
Definitely. I was going over the lineups actually. I was saying how the lineups are out, and so far no real surprises, I guess you could say. I'll go over them again. Like actually, I don't know if I didn't read out the Real Madrid lineup, but Vinicius Jr. starting up front, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham, because they're playing a 4-3-1-2. Excuse me. Which is I kind of like this because it gets Jude involved in pretty intensively in the offense, and it creates him as a real option to either be facilitator or even goal scorer for himself. But we have Jude Bellingham in that in the one spot, and then Cruz, Camavinga, Valverde, Mendy, Nacho, Rudiger, excuse me, Carvajal, excuse me, Danny Carvajal. I'm struggling, and Courtois. So yes, Danny Carvajal. And I already went through the Dortmund's lineup, but any surprises for you on this?
No, not overly familiar with one or two of the Dortmund players, so yeah, I don't know a lot about the keeper or the guys playing right back there. I think there's not as many household names in that team as there used to be. So I'm assuming I'm assuming that's their. Oh, there's Jay-Z now. I'm assuming that's their first choice team. I don't think they've had to. I don't know if they're missing any of their big players. Don't think so.
Okay, but, I can show you the benches. The bench as well.
Oh no, I know the lineups. I don't know their team. I don't know if they're missing any one that they would want to play. I didn't read up much on it, but it looks like they're both fairly full strength, which is always good. Like it always really sucks if you get to a final and there's one team and like they're missing some really obviously good player. It kind of, especially if they're kind of the underdog team. That always takes a bit of the shine off it. Like, so you always want to see if two teams do get to a final, you do hopefully want to see that they can put two of their strongest teams out. It's always, I'm sure Real Madrid could be missing someone and we wouldn't really notice it other than Vinny.
Yeah, there was talk about I think it was, hold on, let me double check. Okay. There was talk because Lunin was possibly going to start this match, but he ended up he had a fever or something like that. I saw.
Yeah, they're lucky
Or
Courtois fit in time.
yeah, and then Courtois is now fit in time for it. So that should
Yeah,
be,
very much.
you know, um, interesting to see. Because I mean, the sheer fact that he was possibly going to start is was like I wouldn't say surprising, but like it was certainly something that if you ended up seeing him start over Courtois, and both of them were, and it would make me say, oh, Courtois is probably injured or not fully fit or something. Um, but yeah, I remember that they came out and said that he had a fever and that, but he was looking to be available for the game. And I guess like they're fortunate that they didn't have to like rely on uh, his like taking B12 or whatever they had to shoot him up with and everything else. There are some names on here like I saw this name right here, Daniel Malin.
Yeah, yeah,
We
we were
were,
in
we,
for
we
him.
were yeah, we were linked to him as well.
Yeah.
Um,
It wasn't last summer, obviously. I think it was the summer before last. I think it was.
mhm, mhm. Yep. Marco Roos is on the bench. Roos was
Yeah.
pretty cool. Apparently he bought every person in the he bought everyone in the I think he bought everyone that went to his final match or something like that a beer.
Probably the Dortmund fans. Yeah,
Yeah, all the Dortmund fans. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. So you got a
Yeah,
free
there's a
beer.
way you can. I've seen that done before. There's obviously a way that they can do it um, through the club. Basically, it's sort of like, I don't know. You
Yeah,
don't
I'm
like
sure he's
get a
not playing.
token or
He's
something.
not paying stadium prices. I'm
Yeah,
sure.
well, he's not going around like basically giving everyone a fiver. But it's
Yeah,
sort of like when you buy your ticket, it comes with a free Tony Cruz pint that you can redeem, kind of thing. Because
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
it's a thing that clubs do, and I think I'd imagine it probably gets done at every game. But they should, yeah, someone should be the designated drink buyer for every game.
Hmm.
You know, every ticket should come with a free pint,
Oh,
courtesy of a certain player every week.
that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, yeah, and
especially
any
if you
other
go,
team,
especially if you
if
go
they
with a
have a
bunch of like
team,
you. It's just you that drinks and no one else does in your group or something.
yeah, it's like go up, load up, boys, bring them down. 6 beers for me.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, no, we can't even have a drink in a bloody stadium these days. But anyway, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I know. No, that's kind of crazy. Like I've heard that you're not allowed to drink at your seat apparently or something.
can't drink in
Right.
stands. You only drink on the
Yeah.
concourse. You
Right.
can any of the concourses around you can drink, but as soon as you try and re-enter the the stands,
Hmm.
yeah, unless you're watching, let me see, uh, any other sport but football, you can do it at the tennis, you can do it at the rugby, you can do it at pole, you can do it at all the rich people's sports. But no, 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 you can't be trusted to drink at a football match. So concourse only.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's another
That's
sign of
unique.
how football fans are treated.
I know
They
it's unique.
can't be
It's
trusted.
not that way here in America.
Well, you're right, it's not. Try and tell Americans they can't have a beer.
Yeah,
Christ almighty.
exactly. You tell
They-
America you can't have a beer, like for some of these things that we got, like for like baseball or something like that. You might have a small little
Yeah, very
uprising.
very overweight American, right? Dads that can't get their beers. Yeah. There's the wall
Uh,
bounce. Yeah, again, like at cricket, obviously the shirt. Look again, cricket and baseball.
yeah.
I mean, cricket go on for a week. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah. I've heard of it. That's
uh,
wild, man. That's
yeah,
wild.
you can 5 day test. You have a 5 day test series. So it's basically just a game every day kind of thing for 5 days. It's not like a 5 day long match or anything. But
Right, right. It's not like it's not
it's not
like they're playing.
murder ball or something. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, 5 days of non-stop mayhem.
120
Uh,
hours of straight
but
cricket.
yeah, they have their whole England's barmy army that goes, and their whole thing is how much they drink, and drinking, watching the cricket, and drinking, getting all the songs going. But rich people like cricket, rich people like rugby, so they can drink. But
Mhm.
those scummy football fans, oh, you can't trust them to have a drink, even though they pay more to watch their game, 10 times more
Sometimes,
than
yep.
you people pay cricket or rugby. Like the cost of a Premier League season ticket compared to watching cricket, you can basically wander into a cricket match. You can just walk up there and start watching the thing, probably for about a fiver. Yeah, but they're the poor yobs, you know, they're the working class yobs, but they're paying like 500 quid for 2 people to go and watch Liverpool. Yeah, make it make sense, as they say.
Yeah, make it make sense for sure.
Oh, here we go now. This is one for the kids, keeping it current. Mr. Lenny Kravitz. Yeah, the one all the teenagers want to see. This not at all fake crowd running onto the pitch. Yeah, that's not. Damn, Christ. When's the last time that man had a hit? I mean, it's got to be like.
I don't know. I don't even remember the last time he actually. I think the last time he had a hit was when he actually had long hair.
Why is his hair not long now? His hair is pretty long.
I mean, the last time I saw him, he cut his hair.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, it was like he had a hit with like he had like Fly Away and American Woman.
Has it been that long since I've seen him? That's how sad it is. There's no way his hair is that long. He cut all of his hair. Wow, his hair grows really fast then.
Well, apparently he's one of these super healthy dudes. Like,
I guess so.
Yeah,
he cut his dreads like
no drink, no drugs, vegan, super fit, super healthy kind of thing. But no, it's like the last time he had a hit. Yeah, it's 20 years ago at least. It's got to be 20 years ago. Fly Away, American Woman. Like American Woman, I think is probably his last big thing, and that's 20 years minimum. I don't. Yeah, they should not do these things. Basically, these opening ceremonies, they just shouldn't. They should do away with them.
Do you think?
Yeah, because there's no more. Oh God, I hate fake flash mob type shit. I really hate flash mob type stuff. I'm glad they don't do it anymore. It's kind of not a thing anymore, but that was a bit flash mobby.
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not really that impressed with with the show anyway so far.
No, and there's also nothing worse than a medley. No serious rock artist. Well, I know they use it, but you shouldn't do medleys. You should just either do a song or don't do like a bit of a song and then another bit of your most famous song. Another bit. That's just.
That's basically That's basically what you're gonna probably have.
I don't know. Like, it is hard to find. Like,
he is a talent. By the way, he is a talented artist, though. Lenny Kravitz is an amazing talented artist. Like one of those artists that can play almost like any instrument. Writes all the parts for all of his music. I do know that about him. I've seen Lenny Kravitz live.
Yeah, it's just a shame the songs he writes are shit.
Lenny, that's the Irishman speaking.
Yeah, but I'm just like, if you want to have like a live act like this is how far you have to go back, because finding a good like an actual band.
Exactly, I was gonna say finding
all DJs and rap artists.
I'm surprised though, considering that they're in London. Why didn't they just why didn't they get Coldplay to play?
Oh God, Jesus, no. I'd actually rather watch Lenny Kravitz than watch Coldplay.
Oh, really? You'd rather watch Lenny Kravitz than Coldplay? Oh, I mean, Coldplay at least has. The only reason I'm saying Coldplay maybe is because they're at least, they have an English. They have an England connection.
Yeah, they consider themselves too Coldplay to be doing this. They're not. Yeah, they're not one off. They're not this is a. Yeah, these things are always weird. These opening ones, they never get like the biggest current star, but it's always like someone that everyone remembers.
If you were picking, you can tell me in the chat too, but if you were picking your opening act, who would you pick as your opening act? You're the director of it now. Who do you want to pick? Some of these songs are like from these. I mean, this song's like from like the 90s, I think, or something like that.
All this. What's he singing now? I have it turned down.
Yeah. Oh no, you can. Yeah.
Oh, I can hear that fly.
Are you gonna go my way?
That's his big hit. Yeah, that's his big hit. That's what made him famous. Sorry, my way. That's one of his first. So that's even nearly 30 years old. I'd say.
Yeah. Or maybe if you're gonna have it, maybe why not have the Spice Girls perform? They wouldn't. You can have the Spice Girls perform.
Yeah,
that would have been pretty cool. Bring the Spice Girls back.
Yeah, because there was a lot of girl groups around at the same time as that, so you could have done like that thing where they had like that. Was the Super Bowl 2 years ago where they had like all the rappers, just like all the rappers.
Oh yeah. It was
with all the
girl wasn't groups. The last Super Bowl was Rihanna, I think.
I think it was the one before before that.
It's the one before that. There's two before. Yeah, that was the one. It was in L.A. The one in L.A. And they had like just all of like a whole bunch of like L.A. About 50 Cent was there too, I think. So
yeah, Snoop was there. Like
Snoop was there. Yeah,
it was really cool when everyone realized what was happening. That like all the boxes were going to be different rappers. That after like the second or third person, everyone realized that there's more people going to be popping up. I think it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
But when I don't know that song, but you know that classic Snoop song, you know, with the plinky plink intro, you know, plink plink plink. I don't know what's that called. What's that song called? I know what it's called.
I'm trying to think what song you're thinking of.
You know that it's got the little piano intro, that sound of the West Coast. Yeah,
that one.
Yeah. And everyone went completely nuts when I came. That was one of the better ones.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of the better ones. I think like if you're going to have a band, like I was saying, that's the problem. Like all the bands are like in their 70s now, all the good ones. Most of them are finished or half. You know, most of them are going around lip syncing now. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Maybe someone like AC/DC, a good rock band, opening up something like that. But even they have their issues.
Yeah.
You want a proper rock band. You don't want some wet sops like Coldplay.
Yeah.
You want someone making noise, you know. There's nice trophy.
Yeah. I do, Philip. That I do.
Oh, I got that in the chat. Who's in? Hello to everyone that's in the chat. If people are in the chat, thanks for coming in.
Yes, there are people in the chat. There definitely are people in the chat showing love. Definitely, right? You know, as we watch one of Los Blancos' biggest. Who's that? I don't get to see the back. Who's that next to him? Right? Next is Zidane, who just brought up. I saw Zidane.
I don't actually know who that was. I didn't recognize them.
Yeah.
Probably some UEFA delegate. It wasn't a footballer. It was some.
I would have thought that it would have probably been someone from Dortmund, someone connected to the Dortmund club.
He's too young. He's too young. I didn't recognize him. I think he was a UEFA. Maybe he's like someone retired young from Dortmund. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Someone in chat will probably know.
Yeah, if you know in the chat, please definitely share. This is just basically like, you know, all of us chilling in the living room, you know, or in the man cave, I guess. The man / female woman cave, I guess, because you know we're all inclusive. And you know, just chatting, watching the game together. That's all, you know.
People's channel.
It's the people's channel, yes, for sure.
Well, you know me, 12 man. even though I'm a Liverpool fan, I've always really been a Real Madrid fan. I have the shirts on the wall here behind me. If I had the camera
Oh
on,
goodness.
you'd see the shirts on the wall behind me. I've always been around, and I've also had a soft spot for Dortmund, so I win both ways tonight.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go.
See, that's how you do it, guys. That's how you do it.
I'll tell you how you definitely don't do it is they need to just stop selling. If you give tickets, if you give these corporate tickets to the corporate entities, you have to tell them, hey, you know what? Be in the section, be in your area, okay? When the game is at least about to start.
Oh, good luck with that. You'll
So
see it again
sad,
at half time.
man.
You'll see it again after half time. There'll be like 10,000 seats empty.
Yeah, you can see it because it's that whole middle section right there.
Yeah.
That the teams are looking at, actually, you know.
There's a lineup: Madison, Schlotterbeck, good young players. These are flying through them. Sancho, Brandt, the guy that we all know Jurgen wanted over Salah.
Yeah.
Until Michael Edwards stepped in. So Sancho's made a good move there, hasn't he?
Yeah. I was speaking on that earlier. Yeah.
Made a very good little move. Now that guy Ryerson is someone I know very little about. The guy at right back is someone I was. Two guys I know very little about are Coble, the goalkeeper, and that guy Rayer, the right back. I don't know much about them at all.
Yeah, they are flying. I see what you're saying. They did just fly through the lineups. Like if you blink, you might miss it.
Yeah.
I was looking on here too. Honesty put in the fact that I saw it earlier. Hold on, about Varela. It says Liverpool have intensified contracts for Porto midfielder Alan Varela. It is expected that the club will begin negotiations for his signature soon, with the 22-year-old having a 70 million euro release clause.
Yeah.
I don't. Maybe it's just me, but
he's a DM, right?
He is a DM. Yep.
Yeah, that's the guy. Yeah.
I don't want to see him.
Don't like him, no.
No. I don't want to see him get triggered for the 70 million euros.
Oh.
No. I'd rather see us invest in something different for 70 million euros. That's all. But I mean, if we work a deal, different. If we get him for like 50 million euros or 60 million euros, maybe.
Where's he is? Sporting, isn't it?
He is at Porto.
He's Portuguese lad, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And he is Portuguese.
They do tend to drive a hard bargain and get a good price. So yeah, not necessarily the whole wedge there, but yeah, you're not gonna steal him.
No.
So that's these Portuguese boys, they set their prices and they hold out because they know they'll get it somewhere else. So yeah, well, here we go. It kicked off. No, I'll just say, like earlier, with that, I'm getting to the point now with Real Madrid where I know everyone hates him, and we've suffered enough at their hands, but it's getting to the point with these guys where I'm actually just starting to respect it at this stage. Just the relentlessness of how good they are in Europe, just and the players that they're bringing, they bring to the club and what to get out. It's I never, hate isn't really in my vocabulary, but it was never really. I was a Barcelona guy. If you said, "Oh, you Barca Madrid," I'm a Barca guy. Barca are just as big and corporate and ugly now as anybody. So, but you've got to, like, I'm not saying you got to. I'm just a term, as a phrase. You got to respect what they're doing. And what Toni Kroos could end up with 6 Champions League medals tonight. A player with 6 Champions League medals, not a club, just an individual player. I mean, you can see why people, they put their if they put a call into your agent, you can see why Bellingham was like, "No, I'm going to skip the middleman. I'm going straight to Madrid."
Right.
This
Yeah.
is,
Yeah.
yeah, this is crazy stuff. And
Yeah.
he's a complete footballer. That guy, to go there and to be able to deal with that pressure from a club that size
Mm-hmm.
as a young, and to go and thrive and be their player of the year, Spanish player of the year, Ballon d'Or possibility. Complete footballer. Play defensive midfielder. You can watch him tonight. You play up front and score goals. Went there and he scored like 5 goals in his first 6 games, or stupid numbers like that. Winners in Clásicos, winners in big games.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's probably worth double what they paid for him. If he stays fit, stays there for 8 years, he's worth double what they paid for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very easily. Very easily. We're off and running, though.
Do you know who he reminds me of is Ruud Gullit? Ruud Gullit is a player that could do it, was literally complete like that. Could play DM, 8, 10, false 9, or just go through the middle. He really reminds me of Gullit.
Mm-hmm.
And Gullit's one of the best I've ever seen.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm. I was a fan of Ruud Gullit, to be honest with you, but that was also because of certain, I mean, his talent too. But I liked the. I used to have a definite affliction for Holland when I was younger, but I liked Ruud Gullit. I liked
Go on, Vinny.
Like what's that?
No, sorry, I'm just reacting to
Vinny's
just seeing the crowd up there.
Yeah,
Vinny's just seeing the crowd up there. I watched a little mini documentary about Vinicius Junior before the game.
Oh, cool.
About his rise and all of that, and where he's come from, and how he's been treated in Madrid, what's happened in Madrid. It's kind of, it's a hell of a story. Really is. You know, I'm big time on his side now. You know, I've got nothing but love for Vinny Jr. now at this stage.
Maybe I'm trying to think of what Snoop song you're talking about too. By the way, still Nothing But a G Thing.
Oh no, but you were humming it earlier on. It's that
maybe
bing, 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 bing. No, it's one that it's his first. I think it's like that first that he was. They were all in lowriders, and it's like one of his first hits. I think it's just got that sound, you know, that kind of piano sound I always use. That West Coast sound.
Yeah. So I think like his biggest hit for me was "Drop It Like It's Hot."
Oh no, this is like
that's not the song you're talking about.
Yeah, this is like wait, this is his first.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what his first. And it's not Gin and Juice.
No. Did anybody do
the next episode?
Is that what it's called?
I think the song you're talking about is the next episode. Yeah.
It's one of those songs I've never known what it's called.
Is it still Dre?
Actually know what it's called. Oh, Still Dre. That's the one.
Maybe this. Maybe, I thought it was the next episode.
No. Hang on, I'll tell you.
It's Still Dre. It could be, yeah.
Is it the one with the line "Still Got Love for
songs,
the Streets"?
There were a couple of
songs. You know the one with the line "Still Got Love for the Streets"?
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah, that's the DRE. Yeah, that's it. Still Dre.
Yeah. That's one. You know the intro to that. You know, bing, 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 bing.
Oh. I think hopefully the Dortmund coach just basically said, you know what, we got into. So by the way, so ended up what's pretty crazy is that the Coppish guys were still broadcasting. They were still live after the show yesterday. So I did go on the show, and yeah, they stayed on a little bit later, a little bit longer for me, to make an appearance. And I went and started talking about like the whole underdog thing as well. And yeah, that's
That one.
yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That one.
Yeah.
That's the plinky thing. I mean, I say
Yeah.
plinky, you know, the blink, 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 blink. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's cool. They were still going. Okay, they were obviously
Yeah.
had a lot to argue about.
Yeah, I mean that show is pretty crazy because I think they were on for like at least 5-6 hours or something like that. That's pretty impressive. We've done that here before, so I mean that's not
We've done that.
new territory. But yeah, so we start talking about the underdog thing. And I brought up the fact of like, look, the underdog thing for me, I'm not going to get too into it because we spoke on it as well on the show yesterday. But like sometimes it's weird. Like I understand you don't want to feel like the underdog, but sometimes it's it's empowering sometimes to have that David versus Goliath kind of feel to it. You know what I mean? And it can kind of make you say, you know what?
Yeah. If Goliath is legitimate, this is my whole thing. If Goliath is legitimate, then that's fine. You know, if someone manages to be bigger than us. But I like sort of, yeah. It's not that I not like have that arrogant thing about it. It's just like it kind of isn't really us. We've never been an underdog team. If you ask people in England, they'd laugh at the idea of Liverpool being an underdog side. It's only up against City. It is, yeah. Like if it's your lot in life, then take it, yeah, and use it. You know, if that's where we are compared to them, then yeah, use it the right way. But I just don't like the idea of us being considered underdogs against something that isn't real. You know, if it was like when it was us against Man United, it's like, yeah, they've just done way better than us. So I don't. I think. But my point with them was like they were talking about like us being underdogs against them, yada yada yada, and that was true, yeah, because we were. Money-wise and all of that. Of course we were. No one was going into this season saying, because like I said, if you had said to anyone at the start of this season, oh no, Liverpool are on a par with City, well, you would have been laughed out of the room. So surely then by then, you know, by that logic, suppose we must be underdogs, right?
Yep. And that's why, like, excuse me, when I heard what he was saying, I was like, look, man, like I took it as like, I take it as we're going to be underdogs when when you have to face someone that is face teams or a lot of these clubs now that are kind of like stacking the deck, you know, against you, in that they're taking liberties with the financials, they're taking liberties on building and stockpiling these, like, you know, incredible players and the sort, and you're continuously having to do it by the book, you know, somewhat doing it like with all the extra hard work of analyzing and taking risks on players that aren't necessarily big names, to say the least. I think it kind of makes you an underdog. It's going to make you an underdog, whether you like it or not. Excuse me. And that's the angle I was looking at it from. You know, like I think Jurgen understands the fact that he has some great players, world-class players, you know, but I mean, there used to be a time when you have maybe like, you know, 3, maybe even 4 world-class players on your team, and that was considered an incredible team. But now you have these cases where, for instance, like, you know, Real Madrid, where, you know, the whole like, Galacticos concept, where you have like a starting lineup of like, you know, world-class players that are all freaking, you know, making 200 and 300,000 or something around that kind of like wage bill, you know, and it's like that alone is why I say sometimes, yeah, we're going to be looked at as being underdogs in a lot. Excuse me. When we go up against some of this talent. Excuse me again. Let me clear my throat. Because it just is what it is, basically. That's how I see it. Wild attempt right there by Valverde. I will attempt to try to do a little play-by-play, but I'm sure in my play, but I can see that I'll tell you where I'm at in the game, because I do have the live score on. Live score is pretty much like right with the gameplay. It's taken from it, because they're at 12:11, but I'm at 11:50 on my feed, so I'm like 20 seconds behind my live score feed here.
Okay, I'm at 12, 37, 38, 39, 12.
Oh, wow, you're even ahead of live score.
Yeah, live score is always a bit behind live TV.
Okay.
But I'm fine with
It should be live-ish. This should be live-ish score then, I guess.
Yeah, there's got to be a top dog, and I don't mind Madrid being a top dog and them attracting the biggest players because they're Madrid.
Right.
You know, like when they bought Camavinga, Chimeni, Valverde, they weren't like Ronaldo and Zidane and Nedved they were buying. You know, they were buying kind of expensive but solid players. You know, ones for turning them into these megastars. Vinny Jr. That's where they're going out and doing it. I don't mind them. Like they are. Like there has to be a big dog who all the players want to play for. I'm fine with that. But yeah, the fact that it's natural wherever you argue where they came from, you know, they were never the world's biggest club until anyway. Long story, but they're not fake. You know, they're real. So I'm fine with that. Someone will always attract the biggest and the best players. I just want it to be us in England. And if it's going to be Barca in Spain, Barca and Madrid in Spain, and the Milan clubs in Italy, and then out of all of them in Europe, then it's going to be Madrid, Barca, hopefully us, and one other team is your top kind of four.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, good chance that.
Yeah.
For Dortmund, yeah, good chance that.
He would have probably been offsides though.
It's kind of a slow enough game so far.
Not Brand, but I meant like the first pass I think would have been offside by a foot or a step.
Hey, Dad.
Big up Daz, big up Mukuma. Honesty, big up to everyone joining us today.
Well, yeah, honestly, that's exactly it. Like that's what I'm saying about this kind of thing. Like you'll get fans say one thing, and then I'll say something about Pep that contradicts what they're saying about Klopp. You know, so which is it? Like,
right?
Did Klopp
exactly.
Leave, or was Pep doped? And you know, because if you want to say like, oh, Pep is one of the greatest managers of all time, you get these Liverpool fans that will push back and say, no. He had all the money. He had all the players. He had all this. He had all that. And then, oh, but Klopp should have won more. It's like, but you just said, like, just said anybody with all. You just said Pep isn't that good. Anybody with all those resources would obviously win everything. But you've also then just turned around and say, oh, but Klopp should have won more. Like, which is it? Like,
that's a very good point. Very good point. I mean, like, I've said that before. I've said how, like, you know, whenever you're looking at, again, it goes some of what I was saying too earlier about, like, you know, if you're able to, you know, bring in Haaland, bring in the top striker, you can bring in the top DM, you can bring in the top, you know, one of well, KDB was already there before Pep got there, but you know, you can have like all these like phenomenal world-class players, you know, and and pay them, obviously pay them very well too, and not have to worry about like it actually impacting your decisions on who you can bring in and who you can't bring in. And then you also giving the praise to, yeah, you give this, there's people that was called Pep like the best manager of possibly like of this era, okay? And yet like, and that's why I go, well, how did he underachieve against the, if, you know, that's like, how'd you underachieve? If you're able to win anything, that's an achievement.
Like anyone that puts that down to, you know, how you feel about, like, you know, I could give you 10 of the best paid people in the industry tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And you walk into a room and try and tell them what to do, and they're looking at you going, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah.
You know, you can't just be handed the best in the world and then they go and do everything. It doesn't work like that.
No.
If Sam Allardyce got that Barcelona team, he you know what I mean? It's disingenuous. Like Messi, Busquets, all of these players say he made me the player I am.
Yeah.
He does. Yeah, of course he works with the finest out there because he's a craftsman. He's a world-class craftsman. You give him the best materials. So it's disingenuous to say, oh, he should go and do it at Stoke or Rotherham, then I'll believe he's a good manager. Well, those people.
Oh, okay. I see you're saying about the Pep thing. Okay, I got you. I got you.
Yeah, you know, this guy, he's just, anybody that can't say what he did was, you'll get people say, like, I know people who are just bitter that he didn't come to Liverpool that say anybody could have done what he did. They'll literally say any manager could have done what he did. So,
what Klopp could have done, or
no, what Guardiola did in the last 20 years.
No, well,
they'll say
the argument I could ask then, I'll say this then. The argument I would make then is it's not like City didn't win Premier Leagues with two previous managers.
Yeah, so did Barcelona won trophies, Bayern won trophies, but it's not about that.
No, I get that.
Yeah, it's like he won when he was there.
Right.
I mean, anybody that wants to say he's not the greatest Premier League manager of all time is probably only talking about Alex Ferguson. So that's the trouble. Right. It's just bitterness. It's people that don't want to appreciate how good he is. They don't want to actually admit how good he is, and they think that it's all kind of fake or something. Okay, fine. You know, read the books. Read Xavi, read Messi, read Iniesta, read Busquets, see what they say about the guy. Okay, fine. But, you know, if you want to say then the Klopp underachieves at the same time, I honestly don't know. Like, some of these guys sit down across a table with Klopp and say, you should have won more, mate. Go full YouTube on him, like you do in your YouTube rants, these people. He should have done more. He should have done this. Do you think they would? They'd melt under the table if they sat down beside him, rather than pointing their finger. Oh, you weren't good enough. And what was that stuff last night? That lunatic on Coppish. Klopp didn't try to win in the last 2 years that he was here. He didn't try.
Yeah. Who said that? I
the guy on the bottom. The guy on the bottom. The guy that had his kid come on. The guy whose kid came on.
Oh, Cal said that? Oh, I'll bring that up with
Cal. In the last 2 years,
Cal's my guy. Cal's my guy. No, Cal, I'll bring it up with him. I'll bring it up. Oh, you know what? He did say that. You're so right. He did say that.
He said it for a very long time. He didn't just say it once.
I think, you know what? That might be
big deal out of saying.
That might be just, sometimes we all deal with like kind of like, I want to say regret, but like,
hurt,
you know, disappointment in different ways.
Pain.
And like,
these people are going through trauma.
Yeah, and like maybe it's like one of those cases where, because like there's no way that you thought that Klopp wasn't trying to like, you know, there's
Keep your eyes on the screen. Keep your eyes on the screen.
Okay.
Dumped you. He absolutely dumped you.
All right, I got it. I guess we might be coming up on something. I see it's a dangerous attack by Dortmund here. But what I was getting at is that I think that sometimes people react. Oh my gosh.
Looking, he dumps Carvajal. It looks like he might be offside. Watch the replay. He's about 3 yards onside.
Oh, I
Carvajal
know. I
hasn't
was
got
going to
a
say,
clue.
it looked like he was offsides.
Yeah, watch it again. He completely does Carvajal. Oh, he had to score. He had to do something.
He was on. He was on.
He's a mile onside. Carvajal didn't have a clue what was happening.
That was who I was speaking on earlier, Adeyemi.
Oh, he got, I don't know, Courtois did a
to
really
score
good
there.
job
He had to
pushing
score
him
there.
around. I think maybe that's on him, but he had to score. At least don't
at least
end
hit
up
the woodwork, right?
But,
at least hit the woodwork. That's at least what we've become accustomed to.
Rattle the frame or two.
Yeah. Honestly says Klopp said it himself. He is happy we did it the LFC way. Klopp, in his opinion, won't be happy at a club when winning is easy. He is a football romantic. I agree with that.
The thing I love most about Klopp is the fact that you have all these people out there that absolutely worship him. I mean, like you said, they're going through grief now, and they'll they'll go on these shows and they'll deify him, they'll slag off everybody else, and they'll give our next manager no chance, and they'll put her.
I know, dangerous attack, Dortmund here.
Yeah. Oh, they've got
to get the composure down.
Yeah, well, you were asking. You were asking.
That was a hot word. That was a very hot word for the means.
Yeah,
I tried to explain it too. I know.
Woodwork. You got woodwork.
Oh, again, Adeyemi.
But no, just quick. What I was saying is, all these people go on about Klopp like he's their god and all of that, right? They love him so much, but as soon as he comes out,
oh my gosh, oh my god, I just saw the sentence. I just saw the sentence. Yeah,
woodwork. Yeah,
one hit the woodwork.
As soon as he comes out into a press conference and says something that contradicts what they've been saying about him, then he's lying. Very strange, that, isn't it? Very strange.
I get that. But again, it's a mentality that has started, and this is what I was trying to emphasize when I was on the show. I think we're doing the work for City or Chelsea or the clubs that we know have come out and been caught cheating or admitted that they were cheating or have done whatever they've done to cook the books, basically set up these stockpiles of incredible talent that have ended up winning them titles. I just go and say to them, we're doing their work by pretending or overlooking the fact that they cheated to be able to have that advantage or to have those kinds of, like, I get that they still had to play the games, but it's almost like hypothetically if Rocky fought Drago. That's the scenario I utilized. Rocky fought Drago, and then Drago wins the belt. You know what I mean? Like, are you going to say to yourself, "Oh well, Drago's the greatest of all time. He's the best. He's the best. He's the best. He's so amazing," and you overlook the fact that he was, getting pumped with steroids, and was cheating. Like, yes, he went out, he fought, he did a great fight, the whole nine. But he cheated. It's the same things like you brought up Lance Armstrong yesterday, like, Lance Armstrong, an American, at the whole nine, winning these Tour de France, right? And like, ends up being, you come to find out that he's cheating. Are you still going to call him the greatest cyclist of all time? Are you still going to say that all the awards and everything else that he won is like, he wrote the race, he beat all the players?
You see, that's the problem. You see, is because what they've done is the people that run that club is they've introduced this now as a thing. Like if you've got a player like what he does, if you're talking about Guardiola, what he does at Barcelona is really what he'll be, is what his legacy is.
Yeah.
But City have now done that, I think, to a degree, to this guy. He should have left. But like I'm just at this moment in time, like just putting my football hat on and just saying once it's gone across that white line, judging on how we, football wise, I know what's going on in the background. And when it comes out then, but it's sort of like that thing where someone where like some band releases an amazing
Dangerous
album.
attack Real Madrid here.
And it turns out the guy is or whatever. The lead singer is, not someone nice. It's like, well, the music was the music. The football was the football.
Yeah.
But
I get it.
I don't want to. Yeah, look. They're not even in this. Oh, they're in again. They're in again.
I see dangerous attack, shot on target, but a save here.
Finally starting to liven up this game. It was very dull. There was nothing happening. Finally starting to liven up.
Yep.
But that's 3 chances to Dortmund now.
We better not have. Paramount, I'm gonna tell you guys, you better not do what I think you're about to make me have to do. Let's see what happens here. As my feed down for a second here. They make you have to watch like 7 commercials before you actually get to the live stream. It's kind of crazy. Okay, I am back. Adeyemi is getting some chances, man.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Kareem is getting his chances. It's a shame too, because I was going to ask you. There's been a lot of things too. Before I even get into Adeyemi, Honesty says, well, they crucified Barry Bonds because they accused him of using steroids, but never could prove it. Very true. Very true. And then you know what Mark Echo did? Mark Echo bought the ball that Barry Bonds broke the record with, right? He bought the ball that he broke the record with, and then I think he blew it up into a million pieces or something like that. That was pretty crazy. You know Mark Echo is, right? Mark Echo is a fashion designer.
No, I assumed he was a baseball player.
No. Mark Echo, he has like he has a clothing line, but he also does like he was really big. I wouldn't say, because I think Stussy's like from like way back in the day, but like he was like,
yeah,
but he was like right after like the Stussy, I would say, craze. Like Stussy's still, I think, personally popular, but it's like the 90s. He's like really big in the 90s. He had a magazine. He has a magazine called Details, I think it's called.
Yeah, do you remember when magazines were a thing?
Yeah, exactly. I just said magazine. I know some people are like, "What is a magazine?"
Yeah, that's the thing you put in a gun, man.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There you go.
Yeah, magazines. Remember them?
Yeah, I do.
And Dortmund are going to. I don't want to be football cliche here, but like, if Dortmund probably going to regret not taking some of these chances. This is.
Oh yeah, I think so. I think you're so right. That, unfortunately, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking like that's exactly what I'm believing as well. All right, what the heck is going on? "31st minute here. Three free kicks to Real Madrid, 2 to Borussia Dortmund. I think like wow, Adeyemi should have scored at least once or twice already. Oh yeah, that was
The fulcrum miss as well.
that was Ben Johnson. I want to say his name was right. To Honesty's
Ben
thing.
Johnson. Ben
Yeah,
Johnson,
he
the
says he
Canadian
was the
sprinter.
Canadian sprinter who got caught
Yeah,
using steroids.
Ben Johnson in the Seoul 1988 Olympics 100 meters final beat Carl Lewis, who was the Superman at the time.
Yep.
Carl Lewis was like
New Jersey, Carl Lewis, New Jersey,
won
definitely.
everything.
Yeah.
Best long jumper, best 400 meters, best hurdler, best 100-meter
Yeah.
sprinter. The guy was
Possibly
a freak,
one of the greatest track and
complete
field
freak.
for American for America at least, like one of the
Complete freak.
greatest. He was
Carl
like
Lewis,
you know, like Jesse Owens style, like breaking records like Jesse Owens.
yeah, all the different. Like when I was a kid, like when you're a kid, like there's always like this is pre-internet, right? So there was a heavyweight champion of the world. World was much more simple back then. There was a heavyweight champion of the world, and there was just one. There was no multiple belts. There was just one guy, and that man, he was literally the baddest man on the planet. And there was the fastest guy on the planet. And there was that, it was just very simple like that. And Carl Lewis was just like one of those guys who was like the best at least three things. So he was some kind of Superman.
Because he did not only the relays, but he also did the long jump.
Triple jump, long jump.
Yeah.
400 meters, 200 meters, 100 meters. Maybe he didn't do 2. He definitely did 4. Did the relay. Yeah, he was like a literal actual a Superman.
Yep.
At the Olympics, it was just like this guy is just like, what is he? He's a everyone is good at one thing in the Olympics. He was like a gold medalist at 4. It's just like, well, that might be exaggerating a bit, but it's just like, and the fact that he got beaten in the hundreds, because everyone like the hundreds is like is the flashy one, right? If you can be a gold medalist at something, you're going to pick the hundreds because that's the most famous one.
Yeah, the 100-meter sprint. The 100-meter sprint is basically regarded as being you're regarded as the fastest man in the world if you in the 100 meters.
The fact that Johnson beat him was a shock.
It was a shock. It was a shock, and you could see it on his face. I'm going to tell you the truth, like as in because my aunt actually sold Carl Lewis his house, right? So we do know Carl pretty well, and like
that's cool. You can tell him I said he's a Superman.
Yeah, because he's New Jersey guy.
No, you can tell him that there was in the 80s, there was children in little towns in Ireland that knew who he was and thought he was an actual Superman of some description.
Yeah, they.
Vinny, nasty. Sorry.
Yellow card going to Vinny.
I'm not sure. I don't think it was that.
I did not have Vinicius Jr. getting the first card.
Let's see this. Let's see what happened. What happened? Oh, Vinny, we could call him there, man. You're lucky.
Oh yeah. Being way too
tiny bit
way too aggressive. That might be.
Goalkeeper's making. The goalkeeper's grabbing his knee. He caught you on the foot, man. He never touched your knee.
Yeah.
So there's no wrong.
Now he's going to his shin.
Yeah. The goalkeeper never got touched on his knee. He's grabbing his knee. So
come on, Vinicius.
Yeah, I don't want to see Vinny get sent off. There's no reason.
Like now, it's the truth though.
Don't want to see him get sent off. Do not.
Yeah. I don't want to see him get sent off, but
no.
But
a silly mistake later on.
That was dangerous right there.
I was sorry.
Big up Asian Pops. Big up Pops.
Oh hey Pops. No, don't send him off for that. Come on, come on, lads. Come on. Chill out now. Yeah, because a silly little thing later on, he does something wrong now, a late tackle, and he can end up getting himself sent off in the European Cup, and I do not want that to happen. You don't want any red cards in a game like this. You want it 11v11.
Yeah.
You don't want any silly things.
Pops just gave you
7-2.
Edward Moses. Edward Moses was a beast.
Ed Moses, yeah. I mean,
He was
Pops.
a
I mean,
beast when it came to the hurdles. He looked like Moses to me.
I'm sure. No, look, Pops can speak on this. His part of the world, the Caribbean, has produced probably some of the greatest athletes of all time. Probably,
Yeah, yeah,
absolutely. Just there's probably 20 of them that are just phenomenal in the last 20 years alone. Jamaica, Barbados, all these, yeah, the sports people that come out of those areas for such tiny little islands, the quality that is produced is incredible, absolutely phenomenal,
yeah. That's
especially track.
crazy. Look, that's a what's crazy about it is exactly what. So, and I'll make the correlation too. But what Pops is saying says, fun fact: 6 of the 8 samples in that 100-meter final were
Uh oh,
dodgy.
uh oh. Yeah, I know this is the thing when we say such and such a guy got caught for doping.
Yeah, and then but
He's
then you
just the
find out.
guy who got caught. He's
Yeah,
just the guy who got caught. He's just the guy
yeah,
who got tested.
yeah.
So it's like back in the day, it's like again we talk about the Lance Armstrong thing, but there's other guys out there that say like,
I'm
it was
sorry, I just laughing at what. But Ben Johnson was Canadian until he got caught. Then he was
he's
Jamaican.
Jamaican again. Yeah.
um,
But no, it's just like with the Armstrong thing. Like you have other guys out there go, well, look, yeah, but everybody was juiced. Like
yeah,
there
yeah.
was like 2 or 3 guys
Yeah,
maybe who weren't, but it's saying
yeah.
like that was in like the doping, the
That was a doping
scandals.
era.
They
That
were
was the doping era.
industrial.
Yep.
They describe it as industrial doping.
Hmm.
Like you didn't like there was guys were being doped by doctors without even knowing they were being doped by them.
I agree. Pops is probably right. You know what? He probably wouldn't have. He probably would have gotten away with it, being Ben
Yes,
Johnson. If he had
he
turned, if he
would
had
have.
just gotten a silver medal, he
Of
probably would
course
have
he
gotten
would
away
have.
with
That's why I'm
it.
saying
It
like
was the
this is what
sheer
I was trying
fact
to.
that he beat
He
one of
beat
the
Carl
greatest,
Lewis.
yeah, 100
That's
meter
what I was trying
sprinters
to
of all
reiterate. It was a
time.
shock. It was even
Yeah,
in Ireland. That's what I
yeah.
was trying to point. I was trying to even in a tiny little village, a tiny little town in Ireland in the 80s. That was a shock because Lewis was Superman. Nobody
But
beats
Carl
him.
knew it. Carl knew he was.
Yeah.
Carl knew he was cheating.
So if he just finished second, everyone would have gone, yeah, of course he finished second because it's Carl Lewis. But the fact he went out and beat him,
Yeah,
Stewart's inquiry here. Yeah, he went down. Yeah, he beat Rocky.
yeah. And that's what I mean. That's why I was trying to make the correlation. Is that like no one ever looks at that era and says, "Oh, Ben Johnson was the fastest man in the world." No, no one really says, "Oh, well, you know what? Oh, I know he was doping, but it's still cool. He still won the race." That's not the case. And I'm
Yeah.
like, when we do that by what we're doing, I think that's what we're doing somewhat. It's financial doping in essence, but I mean, like, I think that's what we're doing by not putting the right asterisks on these title winners from
Hopefully they will. I
from
think
from those eras.
like for
Like
me, you
that's
know how I feel about it. I feel that it's all irrelevant. Everything that's why I said I don't mind if they win something
mhm.
because I think everything they do is illegitimate.
Yeah, yeah.
You
So
know,
that's
whereas
yeah.
like
I'm there
I
too
don't
with that.
I don't mind if City win one because I don't count it as a trophy against us. Whereas like I don't want Man United to win one because that will count as a trophy in our battle for most trophies with them. So I don't care if City have 100 trophies under Abu Dhabi because everything they've won under Abu Dhabi is fake to me. That's how I deal with it. So that's the way I
Mhm.
just look at it. Until this gets sorted out and it all comes out in the wash, then we're all going to be having these dilemmas. But I just, yeah, hopefully within the space of 2 years, we have some kind of conclusion on this, which I don't think anyone's going to be happy with, but at least we can get this 115 thing done and over with because it's just become all consuming argument about them. And like I said, it doesn't matter if they're found guilty, not guilty, whatever. I
Oh
still
wow,
know what they're up to. Everyone knows what they're up
wow, that's
to.
pretty crazy. Beijing Pops once was one of his schoolmates was at one time considered the fastest man on the planet with wind assistance.
Told you, man. These boys, there's something in the water. In the
Yeah,
Bahamas, there's something in the water down there, man.
yeah, right. It's like, why are you in a race when there was a tornado outside? Well, I had to do what I had to do.
Yeah, it was plus 10 mph, but I was cool,
Yeah. I
That
took it.
stuff got a sting as well, though. No, genuinely, that wind assisted shit, that's got a sting. Because it's like, well, his was 0.5, mine was 0.6, so he was faster. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, that stuff's got a sting.
That is, by the way, a really sad act by the
What's that?
The Honesty wrote. Have you guys seen what the Spanish team did in the Special Olympics? They won the basketball gold medal. 10 of them weren't handicapped. That's crazy. That's like one of those like the guy who made Jackass. I think he made a movie like that where he pretended to be special, be in the Special Olympics. That's wild.
Johnny, what's his, Johnny, what's his name? Johnny Jackass, Johnny
Nashville or something like that.
Johnny Knoxville.
Knoxville.
Yeah. And Bam Margera was.
I'm telling you, Pops, the world is going. I'm telling you, Pops, I get it. I know often the romantics get called out for wanting it to be, a beautiful place and a beautiful game and everything else, but like we allow for it to kind of like, if you don't call it out and call for what it is, it's just going to continue to get either worse or just continue to get.
Well, in fairness, they are in court, right. So I'm not like, they are being charged. We are doing our best. They are. It's not.
Oh, give me another yellow card.
People are taking steps, and like I said, the only football fans out there that don't think they're guilty are City fans.
I don't know if that Sabitzer just picked up a yellow card, by the way. I don't know if that was I don't know if that was a yellow card, but all good. Go ahead. I mean,
no, he got the ball. Oh no, that's a later charge.
No, yeah, that was later. I think.
Dortmund are growing into this. Dortmund are growing into this game. I don't know, man. Real Madrid haven't shown up yet. I mean, 0-0. It's still going to be Madrid.
Yeah,
but
Hummels.
I don't know. An okay game. Yeah, that's the one I was watching. He just cleaned out and he won the ball.
Yeah, pumped up.
Yeah, probably his last.
Hummels is actually looking at. They were speaking on him possibly going. I think they were going had him going possibly to Napoli. I want to say. Was it Napoli? It was an Italian team that was looking at him, trying to bring him in.
No.
I know. That's why I was very surprised to see that rumor out there.
Yeah, Napoli fell off big time this year after the league.
They have. But the Italian league, again, there's unique things with this money involved in football. And I know people want to pretend like it's not, pretend that it doesn't have an impact or have some type of play, but that's silly,
Wait, what? The money doesn't play part in football?
Yeah.
Show me these people. If there's people out there who still don't think that money plays a part in football, I want to meet them. I want to go.
Well, I meant like, the reasons why you had the Real Madrid and the Barcelonas wanting to, start the Super League, or why even after the Super League ended up like getting, somewhat quote unquote scrapped or rejected from the fan uprising too. You still had your teams like your Italian teams and your Spanish teams still holding on to the hope that they could revitalize or bring it back to life.
Well, that's the Italians want their preeminence back.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at.
All the money in the 90s, and
Yep.
Sky, the Premier League arrived, and Sky showed up. So it's just that's where the wages were. Like that's what English players paid in Italy in the 90s. Wages, not because they loved AC Milan or they loved Italy as much as they said they did. No, it was money and wages.
Yeah, money and wages. I mean, the other portions of that equation definitely, is in the negative. I mean, the food and the lifestyle there, I'm sure, was very,
nicer
very
than England. Yeah, of course it is. But if Middlesbrough are going to pay you 50 grand a week, and
that's where
AC
you
Milan
are.
can only pay you 10 grand a week, you're going to Middlesbrough, not AC Milan.
Yeah.
And that's what was happening.
It's the reason why Saudi Arabia is even a remote, factor in football today, and I think people are starting to recognize the fact that
it shows you as well that the competitiveness still comes into it, though. That even with the biggest money on the table, if it's not a competitive league, you're still a joke if you go there amongst your peers, like the guys that want to win real trophies, because you can get paid 300 grand a week at Real Madrid. Some of these teams, if you're that good, you don't need
if you're that good, you'll get paid.
To Saudi. Yeah,
right. You'll have a team that pays you if you're that good. So I mean,
because as I said, the ever excellent, and everyone should watch them. HITC Sevens did a video last summer, which because the you can't turn down that kind of money argument was being bandied around all the time, and he just did a video of 7 players who had turned down Saudi, and he did his typical honorable mentions, and it was like 20 of the best players in the world were all being offered far less than some of these players who went. So many players turned it down because they're like, and some of the quotes that went with it, some being more, I was glad to be or happy to be approached, but no thanks, to I wouldn't go and play in that league if they paid me 10 times that. I'm a serious footballer. I'm not retiring. There's footballers out there who see it, who know what it is. There's no respect for it. There's people over there playing in front of 700 people. 700 people. It's a joke of a league. And all those guys are looking to go, you're for the money, right? I'm going to stay and win trophies. I'm on 7 million a year. If you can't live on 7 million a year, something wrong with you. As a footballer that doesn't drink, doesn't gamble, doesn't smoke, lives a good life.
Right. No, I get what you're saying.
On 7 million a year.
Yeah.
No, there's no respect for it amongst serious footballers like Tony Cruz. Do you remember when Tony Cruz? I think it was when your man, that guy that was really highly rated, 24-year-old Porto guy, Vieira or something like that everyone was after, and he ended up going there, and he just put up these like crying emojis after his announcement saying pathetic, sad. This shit,
Yeah.
Here we go. 0-0 at halftime. This is good for Dortmund.
It's good for Dortmund to be going in. Yes, it is good for Dortmund to.
They probably want that one goal. They should have that one goal, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah. They've had their chances. I think, if anything, just like you said earlier, Kareem is definitely going to be thinking that he might feel that he should be regretting, should be regretting the opportunities that he had.
Like the Fulcro gun as well. I know it's behind, it comes at him quick, but when he gets that rebound, I know it's from an Adeyemi chance, but it comes to him and he's not ready. He's not expecting it, and he kind of lets it bounce off him. You had that, then he hit the post, then you had the other. Like,
yep.
They've had at least, I think they showed it there, they had 7 chances to Real Madrid's, or 7 shots on target to Real Madrid's 2 or something like that. I don't know. I really don't know. It's classic. They regret it by not taking their chances. But Madrid, again, typical Madrid, don't look impressive. Don't look fluid.
They don't look like they kind of look like they just feel like they should be just handed the trophy, Well,
no, let's not say it. I mean, they're not that arrogant. They're not going to turn up and just go give us the trophy. They know it. They know they're in a game. They know they've got to win a game. They haven't clicked. They're not expecting Dortmund to roll over. They're professionals. They know they're going to be in a game. I wouldn't.
Bernie. Hello, Bernie.
Oh, hi, Bernie. Jimmy as well. Everyone's in for half.
Hey, pick up Jimmy too.
Just haven't clicked for them. He might make a change at halftime. Vinny's up against some wily people here. Yeah, this is a good game. This is a very good game of Dortmund targeting things. They've got a young coach. You know, this is new ground, but you've got a couple of boys there have been in big games like Hummels before. Marco Royce on the bench. So if they could stick one of those chances away, because you have to expect Real Madrid to do something. But yeah, they haven't got their flow. It's been you give it to Dortmund on points. Without if you're calling it now on points, you'd give it to Dortmund.
I have some since we're at halftime. Got some Champions League trivia, as always. You know how we love trivia here on the station and channel.
The street.
Yeah. The streets have arrived. Big up. Big up.
Where are you watching the game, lads? Put it in the chat. Where are you watching the game?
Yeah, put where you're watching the game in the chat.
What city you're in, what part of the world you're in, whatever you're doing, put it in.
Yeah. Roll call.
Yeah. Oh, ribeye. Nice, Bernie. Ribeye.
Oh, wow.
Oh, Bernie's got ribeye on. Very nice.
Very, very nice. All right, so the 2023-24 season saw Newcastle back in the Champions League with a tough group featuring Dortmund, PSG, and what other team? AC Milan. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. Let me see if I can get this.
That was a tough group. To be fair, that was. I mean, the chances of getting that kind of group, it was kind of funny, really. Like, but they did well in it. They did very well in it.
That was a tough group. I thought. Newcastle got a tough group. I think if let's say you had switched Arsenal with Newcastle, I think Newcastle possibly would have advanced in Arsenal's group. And I don't know if Arsenal would have advanced in Newcastle's group. Do you think otherwise?
No, well, you'd never know. You could
never know, but I mean, like this,
funny.
Yeah.
It was almost funny how kind of comically, like everybody hated Newcastle because of it taken over by Saudi, and they hate the fact that they're now in the Champions League. And then it was just so funny the fact that it was like, okay, well, if you could pick 3 teams to put them up against, it's almost like it's almost what people would have done. It had a kind of a karmatic feel to it. Karmatic is a word, karma type feel to it.
Yeah.
Mark, Bellingham has not been involved. Bellingham has not been involved in the game.
Stop.
Madrid have been kind of invisible. You know, their game hasn't clicked. They put a few moves together. Vinny's been rattled. Vinny needs Ancelotti's arm around him now to tell him
he does.
Not rattled, maybe not rattled, but he's been riled a bit. He got that Hummels tackle. You know why Hummels tackled him like that? It's because Hummels wanted him to react, knowing he was on a yellow. Hummels went in hard on him like that, thinking if I clip him, he might go for me too. He needs to watch out for that. There's old heads on that table out there now that know he's a little bit fiery, he's a little bit wound up, and he's on a yellow. So a bad reaction, a little lash out or something. He's off the pitch.
Micah Richards.
Oh God, goodness.
No. I don't know if you're getting this broadcasted or getting that feed or not. Micah Richards.
No, I wasn't.
He looks like a true player. All white, like I swear, tie, whites, white white
He's gone pure Spice Boys, has he?
Yeah. He's gone even one step further. It looks like the
coat.
Looks like the button on his coat might be like diamonds. It looks like, or something.
Oh, Mika, no. No. All we need now is a fur coat and a fur hat. A white sable fur coat and a fur hat is all I'm saying. That's
yeah. By the way, Rasta Crab, why did you let Micah use your jacket?
You know he's in court.
Jacket out to him. Yeah, what are you saying?
Micah Richards is in court this week as part of a case against a guy who's charged with assaulting Roy Keane, because that's going on at the moment. This guy has been charged with headbutting Roy Keane. After they were all doing a broadcast at a game last year. You know, it's Roy Keane, Micah Richards. So Micah Richards ended up getting involved, pushing your man away after he'd assaulted Keane, according to Keane, and he's claiming Keane assaulted him. But yeah, Micah Richards has been in the witness stand, and basically one of the defense barristers for your man was saying, you're not Roy Keane's friend, are you? You're just his little puppy. You're his little lapdog that does whatever you want. It was hilarious. It was so funny. The shade he was, the way barristers, they have to do what they have to do. Because Mika just stepped in, and he pushed your man away afterwards. Because there's a load of kerfuffle going on. There's loads of people involved. But he's saying, why did you get involved? He's like, well, Roy Keane's my friend, yada, yada. He said the bars. I put it to you that you are just Mr. Keane's lapdog. You will do whatever he says. You will say whatever he tells you to say, all this kind of stuff. Wow. It's just kind of funny. You see these guys every week on the TV. I'd love to be in that courtroom where they're just getting to some real life shit, like some barristers. I don't care if you're a millionaire footballer. I'm going to call you out. I'm going to tell you you're a liar. It's pure entertainment. But you can see Roy Keane having to go with this guy. But that's been going on all week in England.
That sounds like a crazy hoot and nanny. I got a question for you then. Real Madrid famously won the first European Cup. But do you know in what stadium did the first European Cup final take place?
I think it was in Paris, wasn't it?
It was in Paris. Yes, it was. Parc des Princes. Let's see. All right. Well, then in that first European Cup in 1956, who were the teams that played in that first World Cup? Or excuse me, first European Cup final?
That was
the two teams.
Well,
I already gave one of them.
Yeah,
Real Madrid's one.
Yeah, that was either a French team or a Belgian team. Was it Anderlecht?
No, it was not. No. It was not. Portugal. No, it was not. It was not. It was not Porto. It was Stade Reims.
Reims. Stade Reims. I knew it was a French team or a Belgian team. It was Reims. Yeah, it was Reims. Yeah, I should have.
Ronaldinho was there.
What, are you going to tell me Norman was there, was he?
Oh, there's my boy Embiid. Nice. Embiid plays for the 76ers. He's a center for the 76ers. He's not my friend or something like that. It's just a player for the team that I follow, by the way.
Oh. No, we're not. I don't know what you're watching. I'm watching ads on Irish TV.
Oh yeah. They're showing some of the celebrities that are at the game right now. They showed Jay-Z. I saw Jay-Z there.
I saw Jay-Z earlier. Yeah, I saw Jay-Z earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
No Bay. No Bay. We got
Yes,
Jay, but no
Orleans,
Bay.
place of champagne vineyards for sure. Let me see if I can get a good one. All right. Here's one for some of our English patrons in the seats here. Bobby Charlton scored a brace, and George Best took the plaudits with a wonderful goal in the 1968 European Cup final. But who scored United's other goal that night?
Dennis Law.
No. 1968. 1968. I don't know if we have Frank in Frank is usually really good at the trivia when it comes to like the 60s and 70s trivia.
Well, it's Man United as well. So there's Best, Law, and Charlton. Who else would have been playing for them in the 60s? 68. Oh, crap.
Bobby Charlton. Yes. Okay. So I'll read it over because Bernie just said Bobby Charlton, but that's actually someone I already said in the part. So Bobby Charlton scored a brace, and George Best took the plaudits with a wonderful goal in the 1968 European Cup final. But who scored United's other goal that night? They won 4-1. They won 4-1 in that game. Yeah, they won 4-1.
Who's another United player from the 60s?
Yes, Reels and Jarrett got it. Reels and Jarrett got it. Brian Kidd.
I don't know. United players, you know.
Yeah. No, yeah. Reels and Jarrett got it. He got it. Jarrett got it. Reels and Jarrett got it. It was Kidd who scored the other goal. Okay, how about this?
Yeah, he went on to be a assistant manager there for a long time. Brian Kidd.
So the reason why they are working on number 15, Real Madrid, is because Real Madrid won the first 5 European Cups. That's pretty impressive. They won the first 5 European Cups. Which club was the second club to win Europe's elite competition?
Oh, I know this as well. First team to win it after they win it. Sadly.
Ross the Crab, you're that's awesome. There you go. There you go.
What did he get it? Benfica, was it?
Oh yes. Jared got it again. Yeah. Benfica is the correct answer.
Yeah, Benfica, yeah, it's Benfica with Eusebio.
No, just laughing at Ross the Crab. Disdainment for Spain's royalty here. How about this then? 1980, and a return to the final for who? Nottingham Forest. And like the previous year, a famous 1-0 victory was recorded. But who did they beat on that occasion?
Oh God, that was 1980. Was it Bayern Munich?
It was not Bayern Munich. What team? I'll give you that it was a German team. There's obviously
a German team. My mind is going blank all over the place. Yeah, they didn't beat Bayern. They beat Hamburg.
Yes.
Yeah, Hamburg. Yeah.
Yes.
Kevin Keegan. That they were a big deal back then. That's why Keegan left us to go to Hamburg. We were totally into like Kevin Keegan was a Ballon d'Or winner for Liverpool, and he joined Hamburg. Who these days are like, what? Who the hell are Hamburg? But they were again wages, but and tax rates in England. But they were a big team back then. But not for much yet. Really, not for much longer after that.
Yeah, we're about to kick off again. I think the honesties question is. I think that's a pretty. That might be a little bit of a layup because Ajax was like I'm guessing Ajax. Honesty, I'm gonna guess honesty.
What's the question?
He asked,
that is
which
it
Dutch
is
club won the Champions League 3 years in a row?
Ajax, yeah. That was with
All right, how
Cruyff.
about this then? We're back at it. We're back at it. I know you guys probably your feeds probably started a little bit before mine here, but we're back
I'm
at
at 46 minutes. I'm at 45,
20.
59, 56, 46 now.
Okay, I'm at 45-30 right now, so I'm like 30 seconds behind you. Yeah, we could see a 1-0 win in this one possibly. But here's a good question for you. Which team was the first British team to lift the European Cup?
Celtic.
Boom. You probably, I was going to say, if you didn't get that one, I was going to be disappointed.
1967, the Lisbon Lions. Every member of that Celtic team that won that European Cup was born within a 5 to 6 mile radius of Celtic Park.
Wow.
Like, talk about local players. Every single, not just from Glasgow, born within walking distance of Celtic Park. Every single member of that team.
Dangerous attack here by Dortmund, by the way. Dangerous attack. Gonna get a corner now. Or I'm sure you guys probably up to the corner, but yeah.
And as you were suggesting earlier on,
do you know who had the game winner in that one? In that game? 1967? The score was 2-1. Who scored the winning goal in the 85th minute?
So McNamara?
No.
Like you were saying earlier on, it's 47-50 now, and those seats are all still empty.
All still empty. Still empty. That is the game is going on, and it's like it's almost as if like
they're in getting their complimentary caviar. Free champagne.
Like if you're gonna be there, you need to just have it where like they put if you leave your seat, you got to put the cutout. You got to come for your own cutout. Put your cutout in the seat to leave. Chalmers was the goal scorer, by the way. Chalmers, CHALMER. Yes.
Yeah, there's a big free kick here.
Definitely big free kick. Save though.
That was going in.
Yeah.
Bit of intent now for Madrid.
Yep. That's ridiculous.
I like the smoke. The smoke is on the pitch. I like smoke on the pitch.
I know. Yeah. Carvalho almost almost broke the deadlock with that header that goes over the bar.
Tiny little man. Tiny little Carvalho.
He is.
Getting a leap and getting a jump and getting a header on. Very static Madrid.
Ancelotti just chomping on that gum as usual.
Yeah. What a man!
I've seen him ask for like
with his cigar.
He's gotten gum from like I saw one time he got gum from someone in the crowd. He had a stick of gum and he like got one from one of the guys.
He was on 20. He was on 20 a day. Only people, the only people who chew gum like that are people who used to be on 20, 30 a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the only way they gave up was by chewing gum.
By chewing gum, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Usually that's one of those smoke 'em if you got 'em type guys. Um, 6 clubs have won. That's a good question. 6 clubs have won the UCL back to back. Can you name them? Honesty's asking.
Can we do trivia after? I want to concentrate on the game. I don't want to
Yeah,
get
No worries, no worries. I'll give it. I'll give a shot. I'll give it a stab at that one. Well, obviously Real Madrid.
And Ajax, as he's always
Yeah, and Ajax. This will be my last. This will be our last little trivia. Who else is probably one back to back? Barcelona, maybe.
AC Milan.
AC Milan, Barcelona.
Back to back.
Dortmund is pressing right now. And once again, Forest, Juventus, Real, right? Oh, you know what? Yeah.
We see we did it. We did it. There's only so many teams that have won it, so.
I was trying to have that as my 6th. Try to get the easy one. I guess I give them the easy ones already too by having Real. So
people putting, I can't see it. See, I can't read. I have to have a third device to read the chat.
Okay, yeah. Pop said Ajax, Bayern, Forest, Liverpool.
Yeah.
Juventus, Bernadette says, and Real Madrid. Barcelona is not one of them.
They only won it twice, and but they knocked us out. You see, they won it, and then this goes back to the years when it's like a straight knockout.
Mm-hmm.
They won it, or they won the league. We won the European Cup, and we were up against each other. First round, European Cup. Forest knocked us out. Boom, out. There you go. That's it. We had one game. Well, one round in the European Cup, and that's it. You're out against Forest, and that's when the seeds of we don't like that kind of stuff started. Maybe we should engineer it so we don't get knocked out straight away. But that's I just love that concept of Real Madrid, European champions, next season Champions League, first game of the season, they come up against a plucky Barra Botasov, and they get knocked out. First round gone, you're out. See it. No more Champions League for you. Can you imagine a world like that?
Shout out to Forest, though. Shout out to not even Forest. I mean, look, Forest was certainly was a powerhouse during the late 70s or early 80s.
79, 80, 81. Pretty much one of the best teams.
Bayern Munich is the other one I would say. Bayern Munich, I think, has won it. I think Bayern Munich has won it twice too, back to back.
Oh, in a row, back to back.
You'll have to give us the list here.
No, I think we've got Ajax, Bayern, Liverpool,
back. Yeah, I think Bayern Munich,
Real Madrid. Oh, there's Klopp. Klopp's in the stands. Yeah, we got some Klopp action. Action.
Yeah.
Jurgen's there. There he is. Not looking too happy, by the way, is he? Not looking too happy.
Oh, they must have shown a different feed than a different. He was laughing. The feed that I saw earlier at halftime, he was laughing.
No, he's just right there. They showed him in the stands. He's looking a bit pensive. He's looking pensive. I mean, he's a Dortmund man, obviously.
Oh, now I see him now. I do see him now. He looks engaged.
Those seats still haven't filled up fully. They're still only about half full. 10 minutes after halftime, you still see huge gaps in that little space there. That's disgusting. That really is horrible.
Yeah. So the answer
people.
was Real, Liverpool, Forest, Ajax, Bayern, AC Milan,
Yeah,
and Benfica.
yeah. I think we got most of them apart from Benfica. But yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Carvajal, not happy about that. Not happy. Danny Carvajal.
I think the Bayern Munich ones were like in the 70s or
Hang
something
on,
like
look at
that.
this. Look at this. Bang. Oh, yeah, back in the 70s it was Bayern. Oh, Adi Amy, look at this. Watch this. You're going to see this now in a second.
Yeah,
Adi Amy just floors Carvajal, tries to help him up, and Carvajal
Mhm.
just
Oh
smacks
yeah,
his
yeah, I
hand away.
saw that. I saw that. Threw his shoulder right into his chest.
Yeah, and
I see
Carvajal is
that.
like, F you, man. I'm not taking your hand to get up. It's getting feisty.
It is getting feisty.
Yeah, we need some. I'll open up the other phone because I want to engage. I want to see what people in chat are saying. So I have the other phone open.
Yeah. Bernie was saying he sang You'll Never Walk Alone before the game. That'd be
Oh,
cool if Jurgen
Jesus.
did.
Who did? Oh, Jurgen. Okay.
I think she's referring to Jurgen most likely.
We don't want 0-0.
No, I don't want to go
We
to
do
extra time
not
with
want
0-0.
0-0. No. We do not want.
Uh-oh. Oh, we almost didn't have 0-0 right there. That was kind of ugly.
Yeah, that was a bit of a mess.
Carvajal almost got redemption for the he almost got redemption there. That's a good question. Honestly, yes. With the new Champions League format, do you guys see a smaller club winning the UCL ever again or again?
Well, I suppose you have to be big and like how small a club gets into the Champions League, you know.
Yeah.
But I get what you're saying. I don't think. No, I don't think. No, I think they have a chance of going a little bit further.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But I think this Dortmund side here. I think this is your definition of probably the smallest team you're ever going to see in the Champions League final again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know, if they have, unless you have, you will of course have some crazy, mad, odd year where Porto get there again, or Monaco do it again, or
Mm-hmm.
something like that, or Nice do it. But I think year on year, I mean, this Dortmund team being here is a bit of a shock for people.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, so I think this is probably the most underdoggy team. Because like when it's not because it's Dortmund, it's this Dortmund side. You know, a Klopp Dortmund, like when they were at the peak with, you know, Lewandowski and all those boys. Then no, not so much that Dortmund team, but maybe this Dortmund team.
Yeah, where did Dortmund end up in the league actually for Bundesliga?
I reckon they're probably
they weren't second.
No, they weren't. They're probably third or fourth or something.
And they had to be either third or fourth, and that would mean because Stuttgart was second this year. I thought
this year. Okay, yeah, this year. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah. No,
I didn't mean to
qualify. When they qualified.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, the third place German team would be a shock getting to a final.
Yeah.
You know,
see, they're fifth. So they're not even guaranteed.
Well, they got to win to stay in it.
They got to win to get back in the Champions League.
Yeah. Which is a boss way of doing it, by the way. But
oh, absolutely. Dortmund on the attack here. Trying to progress the ball into Real Madrid's final third. trying to
Like they're
figure it
they're
out.
they're confident. Real Madrid are playing. If Real Madrid aren't playing rope a dope, I don't know what they're doing because they're playing like they're defending a 1-0 lead that they don't have.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure what's happening here.
yeah. It's a shame. I would like to see.
I'm a huge fan of the rope a dope, by the way, huge fan.
Yeah,
And Real Madrid have done it a lot in the past. I don't know how intentionally you can do it because it involves taking a lot of punishment. And if you take punishment, then maybe someone's actually going to hurt.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Very true.
there's this idea that you can just take it and then go and do. You're kind of banking on your ability to be able to take it. If you know what I'm saying, there's a lot of
Yeah, yeah,
variance.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Because if they do come up with a knockout punch, then you can rope it up all you want.
yeah,
It's so I mean, it's just giving the ball away there again in a really stupid place. Like,
yeah. Dangerous
you
attack from Dortmund once again, but now Real has recovered it.
I think they might be missing a bit of a Modric. I know they've got Cruz out there, but Bellingham has been overshadowed a little bit by this occasion, perhaps for once in his life.
What do we see as being the first? Who's going to make the first subs? Do you think? Is it going to be Real? Is it going to be Dortmund? Ooh,
I'd have to imagine it's going to be Real. I'd have to imagine it's going to be because he's got to be looking
yeah.
at that going, if this don't change, I'm going to do something. But Dortmund might be running on fumes. They might have to make a change for fitness,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I mean.
I'll be honest with you. Like that's one of the first times I've
Oh,
actually seen. That's one of the first times I've seen Jude on actually like get involved in a play here. Not many shots on goal so far. 3 shots to 2. But you're right. That was a good attempt right there. Right,
yeah.
it was right at the keeper pretty much. But it was a good header.
It feels like more than that. I know it is that many shots, but as I can't remember who it was that said it, but there's 3 types of lies. There's lies, there's damned lies, and there's statistics. It's like that's the epitome of that. It doesn't feel like that at all.
Yeah, yeah. It feels like there's a lot more activity going on
Yeah,
on goal. Yeah.
come on, like there's a couple. There's young ballers out there now. Vinny Bellingham. He's tried something there. It's just come off. That might give him some confidence. But there's boys. There's Rodrigo's young. Vinny is young. Bellingham is young.
Mm-hmm.
Camavinga, Tchouameni, all young players. It's only Cruz in there. I think is a time for. Is Modric fit enough?
That's a
Doesn't
good
look like they're
question.
going to go more than 20 minutes.
It's a very good question. I saw him coming out of the tunnel.
Well, he's someone who I'd be
First down
looking
the
at.
tunnel.
Yeah, he's someone who I'd be looking at definitely because they're winning. They won these finals with the Modric and Benzema's
Mm-hmm.
in the
Mm-hmm.
team. So maybe they're. I think it's only Cruz now in there at the moment at that level. And Tony Rudiger, obviously.
Yeah, yeah.
This game it needs someone from Madrid to actually take it by the scruff of the neck and really control it, which Bellingham would ordinarily do in league games. But this is
Yeah.
a Champions League final. So Bellingham is, like you say, that's the first time you saw him do so. He is
Mm-hmm.
100% struggling to get into this game.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest game of his life, without a doubt. Biggest game of his life so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Vinny is going to be out there going, this is my night. This is my, these boys are all wait. Like you said, maybe a little bit not expecting it to be handed to them, but maybe a little bit waiting for it to happen as opposed to
Yeah,
going to try and make it happen.
Dangerous attack, Real Madrid there. That was Rodrigo that got the corner at least.
He's on multiples now, you know. Ancelotti,
Hmm.
I've just seen him, like, he's knocking him back in multiples. There's like little tic-tac jobs. He ain't just on one, man. He's got 3 or 4 on the go at every time.
Vinicius Junior, 21%. He's on 21% shot conversion. Interesting. 21%.
Run again.
I think they're thinking about what they're going to do. We're at the 60. I'm at the 60. I know this is. I know you're a little bit ahead of me. The 2 feeds I have is 66:27 on the live feed, but on my feed I'm at 66:15. So it looks like we should be getting a sub pretty soon, I would think. Probably around the 70th minute. Frustration is definitely setting in on for both teams a little bit, and that Jude a little unhappy there. What to do? What to do? Still 0-0 in this final, this UCL final. Oh, that was a nice, nasty little knock right there. Got to get back up and keep playing. Real Madrid attacking. So far, goals scored this season 17-20. Wow, 26. These, I think these are the statistics that are coming up, at least for when it says the season. Excuse me. I think it's for just for the Champions League tally, not for the actual individual seasons in their leagues, by the way. Strike that out. They got to get control of this, get control back.
Sorry.
Real Madrid is definitely pressing.
Look at that slow-mo. That's a beautiful slow-mo. Look at this. Oh, Jude. Judy. See that slow-mo? Are you watching that slow-mo? They're showing that ball is spinning. Like, it's in such beautiful slow-mo that you can see the ball moving perfectly. And then Jude just appears and you're waiting for it to happen. It's just like, oh.
Let me see. I'm watching the replay right now.
This guy
yeah. See the stars going around like this. Stars spinning on that ball.
Yeah. And then you just see Jude appear and he's just going, head it in, man.
Yeah. Oh, that was close too. That was really close.
Could have been his moment. This season has been his moment.
It has.
Yeah, Bernie says that he emptied a whole packet of those things into his mouth in one go.
I know. Yeah, I saw that. Too.
Yum. It's just like, give me them all. Give me them all.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's like sponsored by Chiclets or something like that.
Oh, I must ask you because I will get onto it earlier, but like there's like everywhere over here, but there's a section in my local supermarket, which is like the American section.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just basically like this big load of shelves with like really massively overpriced American sweets,
Mm-hmm.
like
Okay.
all your candies, and then like all these weird like I don't know, the baking mixes that are probably famous or whatever, syrups and peanut butters and all that. But you got like
Okay.
baby root bars and milk duds and all this
Mm-hmm.
kind of stuff. So I'm
All your
gonna have
snacks.
to
A lot of snacks. Yeah.
kind of yeah. So I'm just wondering, yeah. So you're gonna have to recommend some which is the
Some good.
nicest American sweets, because yeah, they're all like basically £4 for a
Oh
chocolate bar.
wow.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's ridiculous. Like it is, it's stupid. But like, oh yeah, just like chocolate syrup or
I'm a
just
big
chocolate syrup, like
I
eight
like
euros.
Reese's. I'm a Reese's guy, but
Yeah, I love Reese's peanut butter cups. I love that stuff. We've always had them, right?
mhm,
They've always been around. But
mhm.
now over there they've got like milk. What are milk duds like? Are milk duds nice? Because I
I'm not
like
a
the
milk. I'm
sound of
not a
milk
milk.
duds.
Yeah, I'm
No,
not a
don't
milk.
like milk duds.
I mean, I'm just not a
Uh,
milk dud fan. I know people do like milk duds though. I know
yeah,
some
yeah.
people.
Baby roots.
Only if you're a goonie.
Yeah, and I'm a Goonie, so you know, Goonies never die, man. Goonies never die.
Goonies never die.
Uh,
We're getting our
I'm
first sub
all
here, by the way.
Yeah, the legend that is Marco.
Yeah,
Hello, Mrs. Hello, Mrs. Okay.
Adiemi's taking a seat. He deserves to take a seat, to be honest with you. I was not really overly impressed by his performance today. Yeah, Hershey bars are the Hershey bars are like the classic for sure. Bernie.
Yeah, we can get all the Hershey bar stuff as well. Normally, even
Mhm.
at normal shops. But yeah, I'm gonna send you. Yeah, I'll send you a picture the next time I'm over there of all the candies
Yeah,
I've got.
yeah. Send me a screenshot or not screenshot, but like a click of
Yeah,
what you
which is
got.
the yeah. I don't know. The milk duds sound nice though. They sound nice. They do, but I'm sure they taste like
I don't.
shit.
Yeah, no. I know milk duds are very popular. To be honest with you.
Oh come on! Someone needs to do something. Real Madrid have not really been at all, but that's what they do, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what
That's
they
what they
do.
do. That's Chelsea. That's Man City.
Yeah, they have. I mean, like the unique thing about Real Madrid, or one of the unique things about your Real Madrid is that they're very finely tuned team and the whole nine, but they also have
Yeah, you might want to.
yeah goal. Yep.
It's that
1-0.
boy, Danny Carvajal, the guy who thought it was going to make a difference because he was getting, he
Yep.
seemed like,
Well, he got his redemption. He was looking for it.
yeah.
That's going to take a lot out of the wind out of the sails. Actually,
I
great
know.
header, by the way. Great header. The smallest man in the
Yeah.
penalty
What a
area
header.
hits the goal.
What a header. I mean, that's perfect. That's how exactly what you do there.
Mm-hmm.
You flick it on, and if you don't get it in the middle of the goal, someone else on the line might get it.
Yeah. Milk duds. Yeah.
Carlo Ancelotti, the coolest man in the building. Coolest man in the building. He's just like, yep.
I think Madrid fans are more arrogant, to be honest with you, honesty. Great header. What a great
I'm
header.
missing all the chat. What are people saying in the chat?
Yeah, honestly asks, who is more arrogant, Madrid fans or City fans?
Oh, Madrid fans, definitely. But they've got the old, what's to back it up. If you're going to play a medal, don't ever play a game of medals on the table with a Real Madrid fan. That's all I'll say to you. You ain't going
Yeah.
to win.
No, you're not
You
really.
ain't going to win. So they've got the stuff to back it up. Whereas
No.
Man City, it's only the newer modern Man City fans that have that arrogance, that refuse to believe that there's nothing wrong with what they're doing. Those are the worst ones. So their arrogance is different because it's so misplaced.
Hmm. Hmm.
whereas Madrid, it's like, yeah, cool. You've won a lot. Of course, you're going to be kind of a bit arrogant about stuff.
I think it's also because, like, when it comes to City versus Madrid, to Real at least, Madrid, you're more likely to run across a Real Madrid fan than you are a City fan.
Yeah.
So you're dealing with a lot of different. You're dealing with not just people from Spain or something like that.
Yeah.
Like,
by a factor of 500. Yeah, no, Bernie, you're saying, aren't they white chocolate buttons? What I think milk duds are, it's like kind of when minstrels. You won't get minstrels, but we had these things with minstrels, which are just like little round chocolate things, and they'd have random different flavors in the middle. And I think they're like the ones that are just all vanilla flavor. And
okay. Do you like raisins?
No.
Okay.
No,
there's something called there's they have raisinets. Raisinets are somewhat popular here in America.
Is that like
they're chocolate covered raisins?
Yeah. No, we've gone beyond the depression era. We don't need to be eating raisins for fun.
You don't need to eat raisins? Okay.
Not for fun. No, if you want sweets. Oh, that's a close one.
This is where Dortmund has to pick themselves up from this.
That's a great shot. That's a brilliant block. That is a brilliant block.
Yeah.
That I thought Jude should have scored there. We watched the replay again. There's a Schlottenbach gets a foot in. That's brilliant defending. That would have been 2-0 if he didn't get a foot on that. That's worth it. That's top class defending.
Yeah, Jude should have scored on that too, by the way.
But if he doesn't get that touch, it's a goal.
Yeah. Big up, Dara. How you doing?
Oh, it's Dara here. Hey, Dara.
Yes. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
We don't
if he doesn't get that little bit of a foot on it, that's a goal.
Oh, it's going in. That's 2-0. Game over.
Yeah. Costco is good for American food for sure. They're also good for pet. Do you guys
No, we don't have Costco in Ireland. That's what I'm saying. Like,
you have Costco in Ireland?
It's a posh supermarket next door to me. Like, we have cheap supermarkets, but it's kind of like a slightly posher one. And they have this American section where they just literally, like, they'll basically charge you £4 for a baby root bar.
Just because it's
the American section. Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but they do have 2 or 3 things there. We can get lots of Hershey and Reese's. Get them in most places. It's just that they have 2 or 3 of the things there that they don't have in other places. But they have all like your cornbread mix and pancake mix, all that stuff that they think Americans might like. But it's weird. I'm determined to waste at least £15 on American chocolate bars, which I know are just going to taste just like normal ones. But yeah. Oh, big free kick here. Hang on a minute.
Yeah, Real Madrid free kick.
If they do something, like we did say they were going to regret not listening or not taking those chances, but that's obvious.
That's why I said that's why I said the whole thing about Adeyemi earlier, when he was like off the screen here. We're dealing with a little bit Dara and myself are both dealing with a little bit of the Arizona summer. It's just another Arizona summer. It's 38 degrees Celsius here right now. It was 40 degrees Celsius. It was like 40. It was like 40 degrees Celsius yesterday.
Marlon coming on.
Great save.
Herman Chan going off.
Yep.
Haller coming on. Brandt going up. So
I thought we were going to definitely see. Tony Cruz still got it though. That was good. That was a good free kick.
No power in it.
Yeah, but just to get over the wall was tough though.
No, lovely accuracy and all that, but
Yeah.
like just no.
Yeah.
You need that bit of power there to beat the guy.
Danielle, Danielle's
oh, sorry, common English. Yeah, Malin coming on and Haller coming on for Brandt and Emre Can. So
this game's going to be interesting. How it's going to open up a little bit more, probably because they're going to be pressing for obviously the equalizer, and that's going to possibly open up some spacing for Real Madrid.
Gotta push. Go hell for leather now. May as well lose 2-0 as 1-0.
Yeah.
You know.
That was a good save, by the way. Camavinga.
Oh, he's at it again. He's at it again. That's a great save.
Yeah. I get you. I get you, Dara. I get you.
There's another one ahead of you. There's another. This guy, man. He's keeping him in the game.
The security guys wear the vests. They like to wear the vests at the venues. But I'm not yet. There's no way I'm not wearing a bulletproof vest right now in this heat. That's just crazy. He is their goalkeeper is definitely trying to hold them in this game. He's made some really, really good saves.
Oh, that's off. What are you doing, boys? Oh, what are you doing, boys?
Uh-oh. Up. Did I speak too soon? This might be 15th. Oh, wow. 2-0. I see what you're saying. What was that?
Oh, I don't want to have a go with the lad, but oh, you saw him there.
Yeah. I know.
Oh, what a beautiful! It's a great finish. I'm glad that Vinny Junior got to make his mark. Oh, he hits it into the ground. It's not even a good finish.
No.
Not even a good finish. He actually hits it directly into the ground.
Oh, I know you're not security. Dara. I know you're not security. By the way, I was saying security. The security at the venue that I was at last night, they wear the vest as well. I wasn't saying you were security, Dara.
Matson. Rice going over to Matson, just saying, "Look, don't worry about it, dude. But that ain't how he feels. That ain't how he feels, man. Jesus, that's one of them."
It really wasn't that great of a strike, to be honest with you.
No, if you see the replay, he hits it directly into the ground.
Mm-hmm.
He hits it straight down and bounces up. But it don't matter. It
don't matter as long as it goes in.
Now here we go. Here's Modric. Belling him off.
Yeah. I like to think I am, Bernie.
I'm missing on.
She asked if I'm a DJ. I like to pretend like I am. There you go. Yeah, it looks like Real was reinforcing, bringing off Jude, and also bringing off Tony Cruz, who might this is going to be his last his final his final
Never
game.
going to play club football again.
Yep.
That's it. He's retired now. I don't know if he's with Germany for the Euros, but I think that's his final ever club game. It's so I was saying, like, you can retire winning a European Cup at Real Madrid. Bellingham
Yeah,
first season at Real Madrid wins the European Cup,
yeah.
wins the league. I mean, honestly, it's
I don't
how it should be done. It's how it should be
yeah,
done. You want to be a big club. This is how
yeah.
you be a big club. You retire one player in Anfield who's one of the best of all time, Tony Cruz, whilst bringing through one of the others, two of the others, Jermaine, Bellingham, in the same season, winning their first European Cups, second European Cups. I mean, it is genuinely impressive.
Yeah.
Dortmund will feel like a lot of teams that play Madrid. They had their chances, and had they taken their chances, it might be different.
Hmm. Hmm. I mean, imagine if we're looking at this as being like as if they were going into halftime with a 1-0 lead, or maybe even a
Could have
2-0
been
lead.
two,
They had
dude.
their
Oh yeah,
chances.
could have been two. Could easily
Yeah.
been two, dude. A little bit more luck and a little bit better fin. Could easily been two. Oh, here we go.
Maybe.
Oh,
No.
oh.
All sides. I would say, and I'm gonna Dara. I would say I dislike Real more than I dislike AC Milan, primarily because oh my goodness, oh my goodness.
Well, I'm an Inter guy, so you know.
Yeah. I want to see this on. I know it's already been educate. Oh, he's just offsides, by the way,
Oh
just
yeah.
offsides. If we're talking about, what's crazy about it? That would have been a goal with the new rules that they're trying to get.
What? Yeah.
That would have been a goal with the new offside rules they're trying to bring in.
Another set of new offside rules for the new season every year.
Mm-hmm. Since 1983, that's got to be a card, by the way. That should be a card. I feel you, honesty. I feel you. He is definitely very, very yeah. Yeah, he can be annoying. I agree with that completely.
Who?
Carvajal
Yeah.
for Real Madrid.
Everyone needs one
Hmm?
of those little guys. Real Madrid
Oh yeah,
fans
you
probably
definitely.
love.
I mean, if he plays for your team, you love him.
Yeah, Real Madrid fans probably love that. It's the
If
whole.
he plays for your team, you love him.
He's the Pavon. If anyone remembers the Zidane Pavon era, which was the beginning of the Galacticos, which went wrong. But the idea was to have the Zidanes and the Pavons. Pavons were the homegrown types, and Zidanes were the Zidanes. And Carvajal is the Pavon, the one that, yeah, they love their big, superstar players, but nobody loves it more than when you see a guy come up from the youth academy and actually turn out to be brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody loves a player more than that guy. Everyone loves that guy. So
What is
yeah,
like?
Carvajal is
What
one
is
of them.
what is he doing over here, Montal? I know he wants to get in. You know he's trying to get the substitution in, but he's like, "You're up 2-0, man."
Get that medal.
It's coming in for Rodrigo. He was
It's
just like,
mad
he's
when
like,
you see Camavinga, like you see him on the pitch and yada, all around. But when you actually see like Camavinga, the close up on his face, you see like how young he is.
yeah,
Like
absolutely.
Chimene, Camavinga, Valverde, Jude Bellingham, these are all like kids basically.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Dortmund. If you were a Dortmund fan, would you be looking on this regretfully, or I think you would. I think you may think we could have at least made a draw out of it or a better game out of it. Not sitting there thinking, "Oh, we should have won that game," but
Mm-hmm.
I think they probably should have in the first half should have scored, made it a different game. But you don't want to, slag some player off for not taking his one half chance in the Champions League final. But I think the chances were there for him at the start.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want to fall into that inevitable Real Madrid it's Real Madrid trap, like Gareth Bale said during the week. He said other teams they're playing against the badge. He just said that it just becomes something like that at a point. It just becomes they're just playing against the badge. They don't even, they forget who's on the pitch against them, which is a hell of an aura. That's what I like Liverpool to have, is that kind of aura about them that we used to have. It's just Liverpool. It's just inevitable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's a question here from Honesty. Says, how long do you think it will take for Barca to get back to the top again? And I'm assuming he means like back to where, where with
Financial
long
stability.
finances,
Yeah.
Real Madrid style, being in finals, UCL finals again. I mean, like, yeah, how long has it been since they've been in a UCL final?
I think they're in a bit of a vicious circle, unfortunately for them, because they're ended up in a bad place, and they're an election-based club where different presidents will be saying, "I can fix this."
2015. Holy crap!
It could be a long time before they'll always be one of the best clubs in Spain, but to get back to the point where they were like where they were, I don't know, because they have to elect presidents, and if they elect the wrong guy, bring in someone that makes wrong decisions, promising to fix things, and I don't know. I really don't know. That they kind of messed it up big time. And from where they were, it's insane to see what they become.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, they could win a league last year.
Yeah, they could have. They could have, definitely.
No, I mean they did last. I mean not this season. I mean this season. That's what I'm saying. Last season they won the league.
Yeah.
With all their turmoil and their mad transfer stuff,
Yep.
still won a league.
Still won a league. Still won a league. But I think though, I put it in the chat. I think with Pedri and like with talent like that, with Gavi and Pedri, those kind of talent, there's a real chance, especially with those players looking like they don't have any aspirations of moving on or trying to move on to like a bigger club or a club more not necessarily established, but more solidified in being a presence in the Champions League, for instance. I just think that you're looking at a little bit of a long road for them, but having that kind of talent definitely makes that road a little bit easier, a little less bumpy.
Well, to be the second biggest club in Spain at worst.
Yeah.
But to have that stability there, to be where they were and dominant, how it's all falling apart for them is pretty spectacular. And they've kind of written off a lot of their assets now and sold off a lot of their future earnings, so they are where they are for the next 20 years.
Yep.
I am. I don't. Real Madrid are in much better shape, much better shape than Barcelona are.
I'm sorry. Yeah, Dara. Words to the wise, Bernie. You do not want to. You do not want to. You do not want to help. You do not want to go. Guadalupe is not exactly the best area to go visit. To say the least.
Why is Barney going to go?
It is kind of weird. It is kind of weird that kind of like I would say it would be a little bit weird to see as a Dortmund supporter if to see Jude celebrating, you know.
Well, I suppose he's
yeah, it is. I mean, it is. It's kind of near.
They know who they are. You know,
Yeah,
they know who they are.
Yeah.
They know they were lucky to have that guy. Basically. Stop, Coco. Stop. Is what near Tempe? Where is Bernie? You going to Guadalupe for some reason? What's going on here? I need to know what's happening. I missed the chat. I can't read the chat. I can see it now.
Yeah, it's talking about going possibly to Guadalupe. It's in there. It's like because as he was saying, as Dara works for the county, so there's certain parts of Arizona, or at least parts of this area that you can have, like, for instance, you can have, like, she just mentioned Tempe. Tempe will have Tempe has like their own police, but then there's like Maricopa County Sheriff Department that have jurisdiction over other areas as well. It's weird. It's a unique situation.
Well, yeah, no, I know. You've got county, you've got state, you've got all that stuff.
Yeah, Dara probably explain a little better than I can. Yeah,
Dara's always on the wind-up. You can't trust anything Dara says. I'm going to miss. I'll be back in 2 seconds. Got to answer.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, it's a unique area. Phoenix is unique in that it can be, you can be in one part that's like really nice, and then and I guess Guadalupe, because it's like South Tempe. We're close to South Tempe. But there's like certain areas, but it's like it's weird. Guadalupe is like close to Tempe and it's close to Chandler, and then but it's also close to Phoenix. Like South Mountain is an South Phoenix or the South Mountain area especially is a unique area to say the least. Definitely. Yeah, exactly. It's a unique area. Now, Scottsdale, different story. Scottsdale, much different story. I mean, Dara was talking about how there's like he's been here before, or obviously he's been here before, but I mean, he was telling me I didn't even know that there was a Hot Spurs pub or boozer here, supporter boozer in Scottsdale. I didn't even know they had one here. But Scottsdale is beautiful. Scottsdale's very, very posh, to say the least. Very posh. You'll like Scottsdale. Scottsdale's like very a lot of golf courses and a lot of areas for shopping. The TPC is here too, which is like, you know, the Players Championship, or one of the TPC that's Bellingham's brother. Yeah, you would like Scottsdale. Very nice area. Very nice place. And I'm not saying just because I live here. I'm just saying it is a nice place to live. I understand. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that honesty too. It doesn't help that you gave away a goal, but considering if that was like if he gave away the winning goal, then that would be a different story. To give the second goal, they kind of obviously kind of put the nail in the coffin for their hopes of getting it. But Trader Joe's, are you kidding me? Trader Joe's is one of my happy places. Trader Joe's is definitely one of my happy places. Yeah, there is a little section that's weird. It's like it's unique. I'll say it's about Phoenix. Phoenix is unique in that, and I guess I'm not necessarily doing the best selling tourist selling of it, but Phoenix is unique in that like you could be in a really, really nice area. Go a couple of blocks, it's not really that nice anymore. It's really not that nice. So it's weird like that. At least for Phoenix, it's weird. It's very weird. But Phoenix is a big, and I mean big, big city. Very big city, by the way. And like it's weird because like Phoenix is like there's East Phoenix and there's a west side of Phoenix. Obviously there's north, south. But I mean like primarily when you talk about, you do say North Phoenix sometimes. Not many people say South Phoenix, but like but when you're really speaking on it, like there's the east side and the west side. The way you can tell if you're on the east side or west side of Phoenix is if you're on the west side of Phoenix, you'll see that there's avenues. And if you're on the east side of Phoenix, they're all streets. There's no avenues. So just in case you ever visit. But Trader Joe's is my happy place. Oh, I love myself some Trader Joe's.
So Avenue fans go to East Phoenix.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no. West side is it's weird because you know why? Because the west side
is where it's at, man. West side is where it's at. I know that.
Oh, is that what you hear?
I've listened to enough. I've listened to enough hip hop to know that West side is always where it's at.
No, East side.
Oh, East side is East side. Okay. Okay.
I have not, Dara. I have not. I have not been there, by the way. But I have, like I said, I've been to Trader Joe's is my happy place, definitely. Trader Joe's and AJ's.
What do they do? What's Trader Joe's? Is that like fast food?
Trader Joe's is a supermarket, but it's like a a bougie style supermarket where like I don't know.
Oh, it's not like super clean and perfect. It's more like a bit.
Yeah. There's like you go inside the Trader Joe's isn't even that big of a market, right? Or a supermarket, I guess you call it, right? But they have plenty of people working there. You know, they might be even like overstaffed. You know what I mean? And it's like everyone that works there is like all like nice and happy. But Trader Joe's is unique in that it's one of those places where I'd say I was talking about this with one of my friends, some of my friends in LA. Like Trader Joe's is unique that if you got like a paper bag, when you got your shopping bag, you're probably spending, this is American dollars, you're probably spending to fill up a paper bag of stuff is probably about $100-$150, something like that. It's like one of those places where you go in and when you leave, you're like, how did I spend so much money? I only have like one bag of groceries. Like, what is going on? Yeah. But yeah. There's some places. If you ever came to America, there's Trader Joe's is good, is a good spot. Sprouts is good too. but they're like more like they're more of the trying to get the they have like the healthy food and stuff, you know. They're all like everything is gluten free and it's all like
good
you know what I mean? Like they have like all the different little different stuff. Yeah. But yeah. Give me one quick sec. Give me one quick second. Give me one quick sec. If you could take over for me, Irish, for me 1 second.
Yeah, sure. So where are we, Brian? Yeah, I don't know. Dara's buying a Caesar at Trader Joe's. That's cool. What's people saying? What are people saying that isn't to do with random American supermarkets? The question: Do they need to stop goalkeeper doing that nonsense they're doing when they catch the ball and go lay on the ground for no reason? Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I don't know. I missed the chat all night. I'm just catching up on what you. I don't know what the hell you people are talking about going to Guadalupe and stuff. But yeah, I thought that was fairly disappointing in terms of a game. Like it was very had a real kind of inevitable. Oh, Dortmund getting chances and not taking their chances. Oh, and obviously big bad Real Madrid are going to come along and win it in the end. But that's what ends up happening. But even at that, it's just like that wasn't really a very good game to watch. There wasn't much quality in it. Vinny Jr. I can think probably a lot of these guys probably got maybe not that Vinny Jr. has won this thing already, but some of them they didn't seem to be able to step up and really kind of make their mark on that game, which is what I'd imagine they were kind of hoping to do. Bellingham looked like he was kind of looking around, watching this game passing by, and then we end up with a situation where, yeah, Real Madrid do go and do it in this real Real Madrid typical way, but most people nobody is going to want to watch that final again. I mean, I watched that once. I don't want to see that game again. That was terrible.
That was a terrible game. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a poor game of football to watch. That
yeah,
very little quality in bursts other than that. Just couple like where was the skill on the ball, passing, moving. Real genuine two best teams in Europe. I get it. You get to a final and teams freeze up a little bit. But I think out of both of them, Dortmund are going to be walking away from that going, we're not like Real Madrid will get there again. Dortmund
yeah,
looking at that going,
yeah,
could be 10
that
years
part I
before
know. Yeah, good point. Very good point.
Could be 10 years before they get to play in a Champions League. Royce, Hummels, Brandt, these older players, they'll never play in the Champions League again. Yeah, never going to happen again.
Yeah. Yeah, that was this is their one real opportunity to do it.
But I don't blame. Look, Adeyemi, a young player. Like there was a lot of young players. Like, and I'm sure we'll hear a lot about this tomorrow. But I didn't have the volume up full, obviously. But and we've spoken about Bellingham, but Jadon Sancho, completely invisible, completely and utterly invisible. Jadon Sancho, did nothing.
Did nothing.
No impact on the game. Julian Brandt, no impact on the game.
Yep. Agreed. And I mean, I get, yeah. Ancelotti becomes the most winningest coach for UCL.
Yeah. Don Carlo, but yeah, look, Man United fans will be coming out tomorrow and saying, "Look, that's why he doesn't play for us." All these guys, because I've heard it say he's a bit of a flat track bully in Germany, and there he's had a big game now in front of me. He's not only did he not have a brilliant game, or wasn't the real deal, completely anonymous.
Hey, I'll tell you, Nicholas Fulkrog, I have no idea what he was doing in the game pretty much either.
Well, he hit the post and he had that chance off the rebound from the Adeyemi one that he wasn't able to get on.
Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're absolutely right.
He wasn't able to adjust enough in time.
Yeah.
Big up, JK. How we doing, man? Again, he's their number 9, probably there to finish for whatever. But look at that team: Reyerson, Schlotterbeck, Matson that was at Chelsea, Sabitzer and Chan, Brandt, Adeyemi, Fulkrug. How is that team in the Champions League final? You should be saying to yourself.
Yeah.
So I think they will be going back there going, we should have taken those chances, but no bad calls, no refereeing controversies, no VAR stuff, just their own chances to take their own chances, and they didn't do it.
Yeah.
They can't say, oh, if this had happened, if that. No, you had your shots. Real Madrid gave you your 3, call it 3.
Mm-hmm.
The first one especially. Do you remember the first one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Where you just played him in and it was a one-on-one keeper.
And then just had to finish it. But the
got pushed wide.
Composure did not have it.
Yeah, he allowed Courtois to just edge him wide. And as soon as he got a bit too wide, he had nothing and did that horrible thing that strikers do. And then you just stop. And it's just a goal kick to just stop. They don't even do anything. He had one chance in that bang, finish it early. Like a Vinny and Mbappe, something like that. They see that in that game. They're hitting it first time. Second touch, maybe. They'll get it, but I don't mean first time, but the first time the goal opens up, they're going to hit it. They're not going to try and get involved with a goalkeeper, just going to hit it. So like if they can play that game again, but we're sitting there going, this is all the usual stuff. Small team misses chances, big team comes back and wins it late on.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish that I did. Yeah. I would have liked to have seen us in this champ. I get that we got knocked out of Europa, and people will obviously say, how do you expect to make it in the Champions League if you couldn't have made it all the way through to the finals of Europa? How would you expect to go deep into the Champions League tournament? But yeah, I thought that this was a relatively weak group when it came to the Champions League this year. Wasn't exactly the incredibly difficult competition from top to bottom. Obviously, by bringing in even more competitors, it'll be even a little bit more watered down.
Well, we'll never know because we weren't in it, and that's our fault. So
no doubt.
I don't know whether but it's just Madrid doing Real Madrid things,
Yeah, I mean, like that's the reason. One of the reasons why I say I hate Real Madrid so much is because like you almost got like you hate watching someone else win this competition, but like if anything, you would like to be the hated one in essence, like kudos to them. Big up to them. Like you can respect that, that they're just doing what they do best, which is win the biggest competitions, but you want to be their foil. You want to be like as in, if anything, I look at it as like this gives me motivation, or would give me motivation to like knock them off their pedestal and surmount a new king of Europe. How about that?
Well, they've got a hell of a head start on everyone else. That's the only issue. So we were always there for a long time. That's what I'm talking about, this underdog thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was a point where we were that guy, like you say, that everyone hated for being so inevitable.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where you kind of want to be. That's you're not going to be liked for doing it, but it's a long road back to that kind of domination. And a lot of people will tell you now that we lost our chance at doing that because the manager that we had is gone. So it's never something that's out of our grasp because of the name of the club. But yeah, this is just, I mean, Real Madrid last what 5, 6, 7, 8 years.
Yeah.
It is kind of stupid, really. It is
Yeah.
going back to, like you say, won the first 5 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They're actually on some kind of different settings at the moment, and they weren't even, like I said, the season before last, they didn't even win their league. But like Gareth Bale said, this thing is becoming almost unstoppable in Europe because players are going out playing against the badge. They're getting beaten by Real Madrid before they even play them.
Yeah.
That's where you want your team to be. That's where you want your team to be. Yeah. Hey, Marianne. How are you?
Yeah. Hey, Marianne. Definitely. I did want to let's say hello. Didn't want to overstep or.
No, she's keeping knocking out the Irish. She's doing a great job with the Irish. Big up.
I know. I saw that.
But yes, where you want us to be, isn't it?
Yeah, this is where. Yeah.
And it's not because you want us to be something that we're not, right? That'd be different, right? If we were like Fulham fans, right?
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
No,
that's a big difference. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
But we used to be like, it's not like we were never like that. It's like I want us to go back to being like that.
Right.
You know, it's not kind of, I don't feel like being arrogant like that. It's just, yeah, it's not like, oh, what a ridiculous kind of claim to think that, this is like, we were the Real Madrid of our era back then.
Yeah.
So we still have the name. We have, there's only a few clubs in the world that can match us for European trophies, and none of them are in England.
Yeah.
So we should be a version of that, if not like the ultimate, the biggest and the best. But at least we should be the best version of Liverpool, which to me is, above all else, is a European club. We win European trophies.
Mm-hmm.
That to me is what defines us more than any other English club. That's what to me is unique about Liverpool, is our history in Europe. Everyone wins leagues, but we've got European success that nobody else in England can even talk
Can't even
about.
come close to
No,
talking.
you can't even talk about it, dude. Not even talk about it.
Right.
Oh, hey, Laura. Yeah, everyone's coming. Yeah, hello, everyone.
Yeah, big up, Laura.
Yeah. It's good. Did you enjoy the match, people? Did you enjoy the match?
Yeah, what were your takes on the match, people? Definitely. Tell us what your takes were. What was your biggest takeaway from this match? We're going to obviously be, I think we're in the pot with Real Madrid, to tell you the truth. I think we're in pot 1 with Real Madrid for the matchups for the next Champions League, obviously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this new format thing there, you've got like, there's no groups.
Mm-hmm.
It's all just a league, and everybody plays, what is it, four other teams twice. It's all, yeah. I'm going to have to watch it for about 6 weeks to see how it's actually shaken down.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all a big league table now. There's no more groups.
Oh, who was supposed to be marking him? Oh, that's why. That's exactly why. I see why they got that goal. There's a reason why you're playing striker and not playing fullback. That's a shame.
Oh yeah, that's Donny Mallon with that ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's that is not a defender's pass, without a doubt.
Mm-hmm. Honestly, gave a 6.5 for the final. Oh, okay. Yeah. What would be your rating? What would be your score?
Oh yeah, that's a good one actually. As a final, I'd give it a 5. I
5.
think it was a bit of a letdown on every, you know, pretty much on every level. But like I've said earlier on, there was a lot of young or inexperienced players out there
Mm-hmm.
on both teams. So I think that led to a kind of lack of a Benzema or a Modric or something like that kind of taking control of it. So I think we got a bit of a cagey game with no one really feeling like they were the man. It was on them. Like Cruz could do it from deep midfield. So I think, yeah, it looked good on paper with Bellingham and Vinny and Rodrigo, but Rodrigo was anonymous as well, completely. You know, it absolutely. It was Vinny or nobody. So I think, yeah, it was a very, very poor final from an entertainment point of view. Really, really poor.
He's going over getting interviewed. Oh no, he's not getting interviewed. I thought he was gonna get interviewed by them. Hummels is about to get an interview. Trying to see who's gonna get an interview with. He walked by the American broadcast, and he just walked by I think the English broadcast, which I think so is TNT doing the game, I guess. So who's doing the game over there?
Oh, probably I don't. I have it on Irish, which is just Irish TV, so it's different. But yeah, TNT does the European games. I don't know who got the final. But yeah, I just have it on RTE, which is our national broadcaster, basically.
Get this right here. Yeah, they just showed because they showed Hummels walk by. He said Henri gave him a little like hug, and then I just saw Rio say something to him. So I thought maybe that was I know Rio's with TNT, I think.
Okay, yeah. Well, they moonlight a lot, I know, but yeah, yeah, they're all there trying to get on camera.
Yeah.
You want to get out as quick as possible.
He's walking. I think he's walking to an interview, another interview. But they're all on the side. They're all on the same sideline.
Yeah, you want to get out as soon as possible after a loss.
Yeah, absolutely. It's not easy. I guess she's wearing her. I guess maybe she's wearing it for her Red Devils. I guess. But yeah. The broadcast I get to see has Micah as Jamie, Henri as the pundits. It's a shame. That game I would have given it like a 6. I think that the missed opportunities were like one of those things where you just knew that you just had that feeling with all the missed opportunities that the second half was going to have them one of those things where you come back to remember that they missed those opportunities. As unfortunate as it is, I mean, like, look, you gotta capitalize on those chances. Just plain and simple, you have to capitalize on those chances, and when you don't, it's the reason why you end up with what you end up. There's only 6 shots by Real Madrid in this game. Three shots, well, at least 6 shots on target. 3 shots on target for Dortmund. 9 shots for Dortmund in total. 11 shots for Real Madrid in total. 53% possession from Real Madrid. Is pretty much even when it came to corner kicks. You know how I like my corner kicks to help you determine who was really getting their opportunities. But I mean, if you look at all the statistics are pretty much, if you're just looking at statistics wise, it's all pretty much 50-50, in essence.
That was a bad game. If like finals are always bad games, really, because there's so much on them.
Yeah, that you don't, that teams don't sometimes play.
Yeah, they don't play. Of course they don't. No. Like it's a lesson to players is to watch that game tonight and know that basically you will not. It won't be a game of football.
Mm-hmm.
That was not a dirty game tonight. I can't remember even a yellow card in that game apart from Vinny. It was a really nice game of football. There was no edge to it.
Yeah.
So it's just you will very rarely get to go out into a Champions League final and a team will allow you to go out and play your ball and then they play their football. No, it's going to be one of those things where even if you're one of the best teams in the world and you play up front for them, you might get 2 chances.
Right.
If you're lucky, you might get 2. Individually, you might have 2 opportunities to score.
Mm-hmm.
So if you don't take one of them, you're probably going to go home regretting it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple of guys out there now tonight that in their sleep would do something different.
Yeah.
But in the Champions League final with that half a millisecond, it's a different story.
It makes you
a different story.
Yeah, it makes you tighten up a little bit more, or it makes you like, you're not like loose and free and just like going out there and having fun. Like there's no real fun in it. Sometimes it becomes like it's just you're too high strung in essence. And I think that could have been the case for a lot of like Dortmund in the first half. They were going to get their opportunities, and it was a matter of like, do you capitalize on those opportunities? They didn't. Ended up second half. Look, the first goal was a good goal. The second goal was an absolute gift, and it was not only a gift; it was a muffed, kick. Basically, like he did not strike that well, and the goalkeeper actually got a piece of it too. I don't know if you saw that or not.
They don't have to be pretty. They don't have to be pretty. That's the thing. If he doesn't make that pass,
back of the net, that's the biggest. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
If he doesn't make that pass, he's sitting like, can you imagine how he feels right now? He's sitting there now going, that's on me. Even though they were 1-0 down, he's sitting there going, I killed that game. Was brought on to change it as a striker. And he just gave it. Yeah, I don't know what he was like. Again, I can't criticize someone like Daniel Mal, obviously. But I'm pretty sure you don't pass it into the middle. Okay? If you have it, you don't pass it into the middle. They tell you that if you're not sure. You don't play the ball back into the middle of the pitch. Especially on a line with your penalty area.
Yeah.
Like you play it forward. You get rid of it if you're not sure what to do with it. You don't turn and play it right into the middle.
You don't play a blind pass back into the
middle. Yeah.
Into the middle. No.
Yeah. It's like if you play a bad ball and you try it up the line, it goes out for a throw. Whatever, you don't just turn and play a blind ball directly into the middle of your goal. It's suicide, he's going to sit there going, I've been told that from the day I was 10. Don't play it into the middle.
Do you like two interesting? I have a question from Honesty. I have 2 questions from Hylor. Yes, what do you think of Schlotterbeck? He says that Dortmund can't afford to keep him. He's left-footed. Could he be an option for us? Possibly, I think is what he's trying to ask.
Again, he's highly rated. One of the new sort of the German centre backs that have come along. Hummels you see going out tonight. 35. Schlotterbeck is. Yeah, he's one of the new kids on the block. I don't really. All I know about him is he's a highly rated centre half.
Yeah.
obviously tonight he put in that great challenge there, but he stood out for me there when he did that. But all I know about him is he's someone who's very, very highly rated, and
Yeah.
we are a team that is in the market for a centre half. So any 22 to 25-year-old, very, very good centre half is someone that we should probably be looking at.
Agreed.
He's not a name that's come up in any of the chat.
No.
You know, the chat
But I
is all
mean,
about this guy and that guy and this guy and that guy.
yeah.
So I'm assuming this back is probably prohibitive financially, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were talking about not being happy about breaking 72 out of the bank to the sign of Araya. I think you're going to be paying. So starting back is probably someone we're looking at. Well, look, yeah, excellent player. Take him, deadly. If he's 35, but they want 8. We're not giving him 80. We'll go and get such for 50. But they're like France. They're not like France are kind of leading the market, but Germany will consistently produce good centre halves like that. And
he's got a market value of 40 million right now, 40 million euros.
Yeah, he looks to be one of their.
He's not someone that makes me go. He can play left back, has play center back, left footed as Hyler brought up, but I don't know I'm not necessarily like trying to push people over to try to get in.
Yeah, no idea.
Front of the queue for his services, I think. Question 2 is,
I'm sure it'll be good, no doubt about it. But
this question is for you, Irishman. From Honesty, he says, "Is St. Patrick Athletics a good team because Peter Luger was really bad for that club?"
Oh, St. Pat's. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, their League of Ireland team. Was he?
Yeah.
Their League of Ireland team. They're. I mean, you're talking about. No, look, it wasn't good to not be good at St. Pat's. No. That's what I say. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I mean, I was surprised he came to Ireland, but like the best League of Ireland team is probably it's League 2 level in England. So it'd be 4th division in England would be like the best Irish team. So that's the level he was at, you know. So yeah, it wasn't good to see that.
Why have that guy on here? Kevin Mattia. I guess that was someone I was doing a little bit of a look at. It's not clear. Another question was, what is kind of crazy too is it says, but as I said, this is Hylor speaking, as he said, Real Madrid with Mbappe next season might be even harder to beat. That quote-unquote blue blood as Real Madrid even extends to football as well. He guesses Castilla will not get less arrogant with the addition of Mbappe. Now, what I think is crazy about that is if they do add, I'm not saying they're definitely going to add Mbappe or not. Obviously, it's the most likely destination for him. But if you do add Mbappe, where and how does that team play? Like, what do you do with Rodrigo? What do you do with Vinicius Jr.? Because Mbappe has mentioned that he does not want to play as a striker. He wants to play on the left side. And obviously they're playing, I said how they're playing with like a some of a triangle up top with Jude in the middle as that 10 almost. Where does Mbappe play in this lineup? Where would you put him in this lineup? Now I asked the chat too, I know you, and obviously it's a great problem to have. Let's get beyond that. Let's just get past that and go into where exactly would you line him up? Because Mbappe starts, period.
Yeah,
so then
no, he starts through the middle for
where
them.
and how do you line up?
Yeah, he will start through the middle for them. He'll start through the middle. It'll be Vinny on the left, it'll be Rodrigo on the right, and Mbappe through the middle. I think his much publicized and oft quoted by me in arguments about him back in the day, about him saying he doesn't want to play centrally. I think he might just get over that to play for Madrid. I'm not sure he'll be too dogmatic about that. I think if Madrid want him to play through the middle, he'll do it. I'm not sure he will have had all these conversations about where they're playing, what they want to do, what their plans are. These conversations go on for 2 years now. I was kind of nailing that. I was like, he does definitely prefer to play off the left, and I used to bring that up, thinking that meant they would have to sell Vinny Jr. and we could buy Vinny Jr.
Right.
Hey, Tarmizzi, how we doing, Tarmizzi? But I'm pretty sure
in the house. Big up.
He might be able to maybe get over that little thing that he has to play in a fluid front three with a Vinny. I mean, imagine a front three of Vinny, Rodrigo, and Mbappe, with Endrick, by the way, to come in, and then they can drop Bellingham a little bit, maybe with Cruz leaving, so you could have a Bellingham, Tchouameni, Valverde, or Camavinga midfield three, behind a three of Rodrigo, Mbappe, and Vinny, and then play that any way you want, be it a diamond, be it a 4-3-3, be it a 4-2-4. It's pretty scary, really. I mean, it's nice problems to have. Like Mbappe plays, Vinny plays, Rodrigo plays. And then you got this kid Endrick. Can you imagine we were sitting here having to worry about how we're going to fit Mbappe into our team? Can you imagine that conversation?
Yeah. That would be a better scenario for us.
That's level. Like, we got Mbappe, but
there's no
where might he play?
Yeah, there's no where do we play? More so like Mbappe, where do you want to play?
Yeah. Imagine been sitting. Well, look, I know we got Mbappe, but where's his best position in our team? It's like, jeez, man. Yeah, and then also, but sure, your man Endrick off the bench. He was like, Christ Almighty, this is ridiculous. I mean, it's getting to it is, it's sort of fantasy football manager with that kind of team. I mean, they don't have the world's greatest kind of defense that they used to have, but yeah, it's a really frightening forward line. Again, I'm not going to judge anyone on tonight's game, but
if anything, you know what? Like having possibly one of the I wouldn't say worst, but like one of the think of the word I'm trying to look for. Because like by winning the Champions League this year against a team that no one expected to be there, they have to win. If they get Mbappe, they have to not only win La Liga, they have to win the Champions League next year again.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
There's no way that you could tell me that the team that just won the Champions League and then adds Mbappe.
No, they'll be favorites. As always, they'll be favorites.
Yeah.
As always, they'll be favorites. Always bookies' favorites. Apart from this year, the City were, because they won it last season.
Yeah.
That was the only reason they were favorites this year, and Madrid weren't, because they'd won it last year. That was it. Simple as that. So now when the market's open again tomorrow for next season, it'll be Madrid, especially like you say with Mbappe coming in and really not losing anybody at the moment other than Cruz. They'll be definitely favourites again. But,
yeah, I was gonna say, Jimmy, I'm right there with you. By the way, I don't know if you can see the chat. I'll read out the chat for you here. Hi, Laura says he saw, and I'm gonna bring up your chat, your question too, or not question, but statement, honesty, in a second. He says he saw that Sepp Vandenberg confirmed in an interview at home in Holland that he wanted to leave Liverpool this summer, but he was quite irritated of the £20 million price tag LFC had slapped on him. If he said that, I would be extremely disappointed. He says, you haven't radiated confidence in me all this time, but you do want to hinder my future, unquote, quote. Yeah, I just saw that, by honesty. Look, Sepp, I'm not your agent, but...
Then you haven't radiated confidence.
Wait, you're breaking up a little bit. I want to make sure that everyone here together. Oh, you're breaking up.
100%.
Try saying that, or I don't know if you're just reading the comment back or not, but yeah, just in case, because you're breaking up. You're breaking up.
Are we okay now?
Okay, now I can hear you.
Okay now?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming these are all coming out right now. All these quotes are coming out now.
Yeah. It was in the Telegraph, apparently a Dutch newspaper. Look, I'm just saying it this way. By hearing that, that's extremely disappointing. Yeah, Daryl brought up the Mabomo. That's how you say it? Brian Maboma. Anyway, yeah, he brought up that. Yeah, connections to that. There's also the connections of apparently if we are going to sell Kelleher, we're thinking of not possibly bringing in a second keeper like a Trafford or someone on that level. I can understand maybe Trafford not being interested in that, considering that he did leave. I think he left City, I believe, right? And with the hopes of being a first selection keeper, not going back into being a backup keeper.
Yeah, I'm backing Sepp Vandenberg on those comments, by the way.
I'm actually not at all. I think that's sad. Look, Sepp, you did well I'm explaining. You did well by going to Germany and creating some real traction, finding yourself in Germany in the sense of getting your legs under you and everything, and such, and that you've established yourself as a viable center back option for possibly Liverpool, if not for other teams, though.
No, we don't want them.
But
we've made that clear.
But what I was going to say is this, Brian. If you think, Sepp, that being a top, even though you're a top-rated center back in the Bundesliga, and this is just my opinion, if you think that you're a top, or if you've been slated as being a top-rated center back in the Bundesliga, you believe that you could start or should be starting at a good team, then you should be able to say to yourself, or want to say to yourself, hey, I can beat out a newly appointed youth academy player in Kwanzaa for a chance at first team play. You could possibly even beat out a player that used to be in the same position as you, as being a top-rated center back in another league, and coming to this team to become the at one time preferred second choice. What I'm saying is that rather than look at it as, oh, I can't beat these guys out, because that's what it sounds like you're saying. You're kind of saying that you can't beat these players out. This is, again, my opinion, Brian. You can have yours. I'll give you a chance.
Yeah.
But I am saying that, in my opinion, it sounds like you've already stated that you don't think that you can beat these players out. That's unfortunate that you have that mindset. And
yeah, but where has he said that? No, but like I'm not reading this quote.
I said that before. I can pull up I'd have to look for
no, but I'm looking at this quote now, right? Basically, what he said is,
it's not in that quote, but he said that previously.
So you're talking about, like, what I'm saying is, this guy has, like, people. I've been saying this for a week now. People have been coming in here going, oh, what about Sepp van den Berg? And you've been, he has a chance. He has a chance. Everyone's saying, I'm like, why are you talking about this guy?
Because Slot says he wants to evaluate him.
Yeah. Hilarious, right? Why are people talking about this guy who we signed after we won the Champions League and has never played for the club? Why are people pretending that he's an option? This guy's not a robot. He knows he isn't fancied by Liverpool. So what he's saying there is, you guys have loaned me out consistently. You don't rate me. It's obvious you don't rate me. He hasn't said anything about thinking he's been knocked back. What he said is, I've been loaned out consistently, so obviously you don't rate me, which is what my whole point is. Why are people thinking this guy's coming back?
Yeah, this is your opinion, right?
No, but this is like, no, but it's not my opinion. When did he play for Liverpool last?
When did he play for Liverpool?
When did he last play for Liverpool? When did Sepp van den Berg last play for Liverpool?
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
A very, very long time ago, right? He's not a robot. He's not an idiot. He's been loaned out and loaned out and loaned out. So it's obvious that the club don't rate him. He's saying, I'm a player. I'm not an idiot. You don't want me, so you've loaned me out. So what he's saying is, you haven't shown confidence in me. You don't want me at the club. That's cool. I'm cool with that. I want to get on with my career. And what he's saying is, this £20 million valuation is going to stop me getting a move to go on. I want to go on. I want to leave. I want to get on with my career. But this £20 million valuation for a player that you've never had confidence in, like we say, you want to buy a player for 100 million quid, give him £100 million wages. Well, you value me at £20 million, but you don't want to play me. You've never played me. This is not him saying, I'm disgusted that I can't beat Jarrell Kwanzaa. This is a guy that's saying, I've never been picked by this club. I'm not missing the point at all. What I'm saying is, people have brought up this guy for some reason in the last few weeks, every single year. What about Sepp van den Berg? Sepp van den Berg is a guy
Who brought in Sepp van den Berg, Brian?
He's a guy Klopp brought him in. He's a guy that we brought in.
No, who brought him in? Who was the sporting director when we purchased him?
Probably Edwards. What's that got to do? He didn't work out. So why is he saying? Why are we all of a sudden? He's saying what he's doing is, I can't believe people can't see the wood for the trees on this. This is a guy that has never played for us.
Right. I think what I'm trying to get across is that I'll let you finish.
No, but he's never played for us. So why he's saying is, like, look, you never played me, right? You bought me, you evaluated me, you thought I'm not good enough, you sent me out. That's cool. I'm going to go. What he's saying is, this £20 million valuation is stopping me from moving. That's all he's saying, and he's gotten a bit uppity about it. Now, I can't. Is anyone going to say here me saying that we're having a conversation about Sepp van den Berg, a guy who 4 years ago I wrote off and I forgot about, a player who, a young centre half that we bought on a chance, didn't quite work out, goes out on loan like hundreds of other players did. Hundreds of other players.
Mm-hmm.
Young centre half comes in, isn't quite good enough, goes off on loan to Germany. Right? Now he wants to move because we have obviously don't have a big plan to bring him back and integrate him into our team. That's obviously not anybody's plan. So if he gets a bit uppity because we put a big, I've seen this story, this is not a new story. A young player that isn't fancied by a club goes off, does well. That player has interest around him. So the club puts a big price on it. And then that club goes, hang on a minute. You didn't fancy me. Now you want to put a big price tag on me. That is not the Seth Van den Berg story. I have literally heard that story 100 times.
Okay, so
it's not a new thing.
Okay, so
so off you
tell
go.
me when you're complete. I don't want to talk over you.
No, I'm finished. I'm just saying. I don't see why this is a story about Seth fucking Van den Berg, one of the most
reason why it's a story for me is one that we are obviously looking for center back reinforcement. Step has gone on to Mainz and has done well for himself. Had 31 starts, or 31 starts, yeah, and played in 33 matches. Played 31 starts. Has played well. Has progressed into one of the more I want to say accomplished, but more statured center backs. One of the more recognized center backs. That's a better word for it. And he's had a good season. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Was at Schalke before that. Obviously, did not have that great of a run with Schalke, but still, progressed. That was the year before. He didn't get any starts with us when we had him on. He didn't play any first team games with us, but before that he was with Preston, and then he was with us, but he was with the youth. He was with, I guess, maybe like the under 21s, I want to say, or something. When he was like 17, 18 years old, when we originally bought him. So why I'm making a point about it is, one, Edwards was the sporting director, and this is only my opinion, but Edwards was the sporting director who obviously he was the only player that we really brought in after we had just won the Champions League, I want to say, right? So that year that everyone was like, we should have invested. We should have invested. The only player that we actually went out and got was this guy named Sepp, right? And everyone utilized that as being whatever it was that we should have done differently in that moment.
And the goal,
but why I'm saying
we got the goal, Andy Lonergan, right. That was it.
Okay, so
£1.5 million.
Why I'm placing it as this is that, I get that you don't think that we rated him. I understand that. The track history shows that we obviously didn't have him as being someone that we thought was going to be a viable contender for that center back role. Okay, he just hadn't developed into that player during that moment, during those years that Klopp was in the helm.
Yeah, I think you've just described what happened.
What it is that, let me land my point.
No, we did rate him. We wouldn't have bought him. No, not saying we didn't rate him. We wouldn't have bought him if we didn't rate him. We rate him as a prospect. So obviously we rated him. So we bought.
I'm trying to go with what you just said, though. Right. Right, we rate him because we bought him. I get that part. But I'm saying we didn't rate him enough to think that he was ready for the opportunity to have first team.
Yeah, we bought a young player to develop.
First team apps.
It's not a new one.
Right. Okay. So allow for me to land my point. So what I'm trying to get across is that Edwards is now back, albeit he's not in the role of sporting director, but this is obviously a player that Edwards thought and backed enough to go out and make it one of the few purchases that we actually did make in a year that we had plenty of money to do something with. We had plenty of opportunity to bring in, other players that could have possibly advanced us even further with our progression. And not only that, we now have a new coach. Now, I get that Klopp didn't think of him as being a viable option, but this is a new coach. This is a new coach that you have, that everyone has an opportunity to impress, or might or something in their game might be something that new coach is interested in capitalizing off of.
Yeah, that's different.
So I'm going to say that when you have a center back, when the center back role or center back position is a role or a position that you're actually actively in the market trying to figure out and solidify.
Yeah, we need a center half, and he's a center. I know what you're saying.
If you're Sep, right? Why not, if you're Sep, look at it as an opportunity to break in? You might not think that bar is too high.
Okay, but
and you might think that the valuation that we're putting on you is too great for you to go to another team, or maybe even you might think that the bar is too high for you to have an opportunity to even make it onto this roster. But I'm saying that you've just seen yourself become a viable player in the Bundesliga as being someone that is regarded as a good player.
Yeah, so what's your point?
This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity. If you don't hear my point, I understand. My point is this.
No.
This is an opportunity. This is an opportunity for you, Sep, to go on and possibly compete for that role, for that position. If you don't want to do that, okay, I understand. But Liverpool recognizes that you have value. We're not going to undervalue just to move you on. What we want to do is say to ourselves, here's a player that not only minds, but as it was put into the chat, let me get the names of some of the teams, because I do remember there's some actual teams in the Premier League that are actually looking at him. So Brentford, Southampton, he could go back to Ajax possibly. Wolfsburg, badly as Heiler's put in it. I'm saying if there's that many teams that do see you as a viable interest in their pursuits, yeah, you're going to have a high evaluation. And yeah, we might say 20 million, but it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to not move off of it. If you come at us with 16, or if you come at us with 18 or 15, maybe we might still go for that. But we're trying to get the point that we're not going to start at 15 and then go up for 10. That's not how you do business. So if you're butthurt over the fact that we put a comparable market value evaluation on you, Sep, hey,
why are you calling him
can't do nothing for you, man.
I mean, this seems to me like people being butthurt. Like people are like, I mean, you seem like this is something that I cannot believe. I cannot actually believe what we're talking about. Like, we're talking about a guy who's never played for Liverpool. We are talking about a guy that has never played for Liverpool. In whatever way you want to dress it up, whatever way anyone wants to talk about it, this is a guy that was bought on a flyer for £1.5 million because we thought he was a good young centre half that might turn into something. He didn't. He just wasn't good enough, so that's why he doesn't play for the club anymore. He's not some secret agent that we're farming out to find. He was a flyer. We bought him. We rated him. We evaluated him. Look, we took a chance on him. He's not going to play for Liverpool. That's why he has never played for Liverpool. So he's gone out on loan, and he's proven himself to be a good, the kind of player that could command that kind of fee. He's proven himself to be that kind of guy. So he's a player that's out there on the market. He's not being told. He's not sitting there going, I don't have the balls to go back to Liverpool. I can't do this. He's just said, look, come on, you never played me. You bought me. You've never played me. You've sent me on loan after loan after loan. It's obvious that you have a market value for me, and you've been told my agent. Now we're doing a lot of thinking for this guy. He could do this. He could do that. He could do that. I've never spoken to Sepp Vandenberg, so all I'm working on is the quotes there. Which to me, if I'm a guy and it's like, you bought me, you've kept me for the last 5 years, keep sending me out on loan.
Right.
Okay, well, let me go then, right? But then he's come out and said one quote. One quote is all he's come out and said. I cannot believe we're talking about Sepp Vandenberg. I don't give a fuck what he said or not. I really don't care, but we're talking about one of the biggest non-players of all time. This isn't Mbappe. This isn't Salah. This isn't...
We're not saying... No one ever did. No one said that, Brian.
Yeah, but I'm not saying someone said it did. I'm not saying someone said it is. I'm just saying this is Sepp Vandenberg, one of the most non-issue players of all time. If he wants to get a stiff... If he wants to... No, if he wants to get a cob on about the fact that we're, putting a price on him, fine. I don't care, Sepp. You never played for Liverpool, and in 20 years' time, you never will have played for Liverpool. So if he wants to get annoyed about the fact that we put a price tag on him, if we want to sell him, like I said, if Virgil van Dijk is out in the press, caused to stink about wanting to leave, that's a thing. This is Sepp Vandenberg, lads. This is literally an extra in a movie. This is a guy that most people couldn't pick out of a lineup. Why is he a thing? Why does anybody care where he goes?
Because, Brian, I think the part and point of what we're trying to get across is, I get it. I know that you don't really rate him, never have.
It's not about rating him. It's he's never played for us.
Brian. I'm just trying to get across the fact that you don't necessarily say anything that is really that positive about Sepp. But what I'm trying to get across is,
I'm not saying, I've always said he's a great player. He's a great young player.
Brian, what I'm trying to get across is we have unique, this guy Edwards and now Hughes, that's our sporting director. One of the biggest attributes is, of these backroom guys is their ability to get good value for the players they bring in, and to get possibly good value for the players that they ship out. And one thing about Edwards is that, and I think it's a pretty pretty much a consolidated opinion on him, is that he is a good negotiator. So he has if he's putting a 20 million euro, or I don't know if it's a pound or 20 million pounds, I'm seeing 20 million euros.
Yeah, doesn't matter.
If he's putting a 20 million euro a price tag on him for a player that transfer market has valued at 12 million euros, okay? What I'm getting at is, I think that Edwards is doing it for a reason, and Edwards will find another team for you if you're not looking at, if Slot doesn't want or doesn't think that he could utilize this player.
Okay, cool, perfect. Why is this a story? Can we talk about something else now? Seriously, I don't.
Why is because if we do, why is the story? Is because the chat's broke it, put it up, and made it, was one to discuss it. So I'm going to discuss it. But what I am saying is
we've discussed the shit out of it. He said Vandenberg.
Okay.
No.
Why is it story for me? I'm all right. I'm not all right. Why? I'm going to speak to the chat then. Why is the story for me, chat, is this? Because I don't want to make Brian mad. Why is the story for me is that I would like for us to get 20 million euros. I don't know what the breakdown is for that in pounds, but I'd like to see us get 20 million euros so that we can utilize that, because pretty much it's going to be all profit for the most part, and we could utilize that 20 million euros to stack onto I don't know, the onto saying, okay, the evaluation of going to get a Kubo, for instance, for 60 million euros, or
Yeah, that's cool.
and
But here's one
and
thing,
then
right? Here's
and
one thing.
doing that, because it's one of those things. One of those things. I'll land my point. I'll offer you to say your piece, Brian. What I was to say is one of those things that I was doing a football manager. Actually, I have it in the background here. Football
Yeah,
manager, a little run through, and you're a football manager guy yourself, and you
it
know
goes in
how
the pot. It
difficult.
goes in the pot. But
Yeah,
no, just quickly, I'll just say I'm not cutting across because I know you're making a grand point that it goes in. But can I just say
yeah.
one thing? What if Mainz turns around to him, and we don't know because we're speculating the shit out of this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Here's my devil's advocate. What if Mainz says to him, and someone else said to him, "We want to sign you, but we can't because Liverpool want too much."
Okay.
Right now, so he has a
Mm-hmm.
bit. He's a young guy, and he comes out and he makes a statement. He
Mm-hmm.
just makes the statement
Mm-hmm.
because he's just been told on the phone, "But Mainz want to bring you in, but if they pay 20 million, they're going bankrupt." Or such and such wants to bring you in, but Liverpool are asking too much. Now things will change later in the winter, but he's just come out and gone. He's made this statement, like all young people do. Sometimes come out and say things. That's the way
Mm-hmm.
I see this. He's just saying, like, "Oh, look, they're going to ask too much for me, and I'm going to end up back there and then getting sent out on loan again. Where I just want to go, where I'm happy. I made a life for myself at Mainz. If they just took 10 million, I can go there." And he's unhappy. In 3 months' time, he's going to be at a club. We'll have gotten our price, 10, 12 million. He'll be happy. He'll have gotten a move. This is just all noise now. Where we're just, like you say, Edwards is coming in going, him, you want him? He's 20 million, lads. You're not getting
Mm-hmm.
him for 5. That he's
Mm-hmm.
doing his job. Well, it's not, well, of course, it's not Edwards. But that's
Right.
what we do. I get it.
Right.
But like I say, I just can't understand. I'm just amazed that we're in this world where we're talking about the future of Sepp van den Berg because it's not at Liverpool. Okay, let's go out and get the best price from him. He's had a little hissy fit. He's feeling a bit disrespected, and fair play to him for coming out and you know having a mouth on him and saying like I don't mind it. Okay, like I said, if it was Salah, it's a guy who's away from the club, wants to leave, and he wants the club to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen it a million times. Like I said,
Mm-hmm.
it's fine. I'm okay with that if it's our fringe players who've been here since basically Klopp joined.
Right.
If it's a Salah or if it's a Van Dijk or if Alexis McAllister comes out tomorrow and starts talking about this kind of shit, then I'm worried. Then I'm unhappy. I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind some kid coming out and going, look, I want to get on my career, and he has a little dig at Liverpool. Okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
He's unhappy. In 10 years' time, everyone will be cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he's a young player who he just wants to get on with his deal. Knows he's not going to make it for us, and we see a profit. Of course, we see a profit in it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we should do. Like you say, why give him away for 8 when you can push for 16,
Right.
and that gives you your pop. But you've also, like you say, what you want to give a new guy, an older guy, a new deal. Well, you also want to give these guys that are leaving. You want to make it easy for them. Let them have good careers, so that they will turn around to the next guy and go, look, go to Liverpool. Even if you don't make it there, they make it easy for you to leave. They don't make it difficult. They make it. These things feed down the line. To me, it's like if you go to Liverpool, yeah, I went there as a young kid and they messed me around and they messed me around and messed me around, just trying to get a buck off of me.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I could have left. Whereas you get these other kids go, no, I went there. They treated me right. They realized I wasn't quite going to make it there, so they gave me a really good chance to go to another club. These things feed down the line. That's how I want
Mm-hmm.
us run.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult. And if Sepp
No,
Vandenberg
it
has
is.
come
It
in
is.
to be a top player for someone else, yes. But for the sake of 5 or 6 million, you don't want this kid, kind of kicking up a stink. Obviously, it looks bad. It looks like we don't know how to do business properly, but he's not going to make it here. Make the deal happen. 20 million sounds like an awful lot of money for Seth Van den Berg. But if he's that good, and he comes back and Brentford want him, let's take it. Let's get it. Because he's going to want to play for Brentford all nights, right?
Right.
He's not going to play. Right. He's not going to want to play in that league. He's going to want to play in the Premier League.
Well, I mean, Ajax was mentioned. So it could be returned to Holland for him. Brentford was mentioned. Who were some of the other teams I said? I have to go back up to see the quote. Was Brentford, Ajax. There's like 4 or 5 teams that are very interested in his services, and I think that, like, look, I've seen lesser names, or I've seen lesser names or names you've never heard of have one good season in, I don't know, in the French league or the Bundesliga, or in some of these other leagues, or even in England, but I mean especially in these other leagues. And a lot of teams look at it as like, okay, they end up moving them on, and they end up getting these big price tags for them. I don't think that if we have the opportunity to do the same, I'm not going to shy away from the opportunity.
Eventually, Jared. Eventually we did. Eventually we ended up saying the same thing. Yes, that's usually how it goes here. We argue about things, but we're saying the same thing. And we end up saying the same thing.
Yeah.
But it's because we both have the same end point.
Right. I think it's because we both like playing Football Manager, maybe.
But there are 2 different types of conflict. There are 2 different types of conflict. There are people who have similar goals or people who have differing goals. So myself and 12 have the kind of conflict where we both want to get to the same destination, but we have a different idea how to get there.
Yeah.
Other people's conflicts are about wanting to go somewhere different.
Right.
Which is why we end up agreeing after arguing, because we both want to end up at the same place.
Right.
It's just we fall in that type of conflict, which is why we end up never actually killing each other.
Right. And it's also a good place, like I said, like it's not like we have to resort to name calling or stuff like that you sometimes see on other channels.
No name calling here.
No name calling. But it's all good. Well, let's move off the SEP. Let's go on to, let's see. There is
Van den Berg, by the way, we're talking about.
Yeah, there you go. We're going to be having, again, a couple of shows lined up for you this upcoming week that should be fun shows to get involved in. I mentioned the DM show that we're going to be doing. I'm going to do a deep dive on like the top DMs in the world, basically, and just kind of like give like a little breakdown on, if we can, or if we should, revisit this, because I know there's a lot of people out there that have said that, one of the positions that they do want to go into, along with center back, is also DM. Pick up reels and Jarrett. And there's also we're still working on that Quizzo show. I know we're still.
We need volunteers, baby. We need them volunteers. They're all.
I know.
It's ready to go. It's ready to go. But we need 4 people. We don't need 4 people. We need 3 people.
Yeah.
We need 3 people, and we're willing to take all comers at this stage.
If you guys are on the other platforms out there, and I'm not suggesting you use super chats to do that at all. That's not the way I would say it to do it. But if you're on other channels out there, put it out there to say, oh yeah, we hear that you might be you might be scared of the quiz the Quizzo that they're trying to do on this channel, on the 12-man channel, or even put it out there maybe that maybe question if they think that, do they have the merit? Do they have the minerals? How about that?
Oh
the
yeah.
mineral to take on the
quiz
local
master.
12th man channel hosted by the Irishman.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That's the big question. Do they have the minerals?
That is the big question. I think that's
usually how you. That's usually how you get someone to step up and show their worth.
Question. Yeah. Question the very core of it.
The core of their the core of their manly or womanhood. Yes, definitely, sure.
And our womanhood, of course. People's channel
for sure. Well, as we said earlier, the only reason why I thought this game was a good game was because you guys joined us for it. To be honest with you, ended up being number 15 for Real Madrid. Yeah. It is what it is. We got a long road ahead of us to catch up to them, but it's a road that I'm willing to take, and a road that I want to take. How about that? Because I am a true red. I am never scared, never giving up, never giving up. Is there anything you want to say to the people before we let them go on to their final destination?
No, I just want to say thank you to everybody that was involved and chatting, because it was a great night. It was good fun. I know there's probably loads of people doing their own thing, so just for people to come in and say hello is really just really fun. Those games, that was boring games, so I'd much rather have done it this way than just watch that sitting at home on my own going, dull game, and talk about it afterwards. So just make sure you come back every night, 7 o'clock. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you tell people about the channel, because word of mouth is more important than any other kind of liking them, subscribe-y stuff. So, but quizzes, Euro stuff, random stuff. Whatever, but there'll be something.
Copa America, maybe a Copa America here or there or something like that. Match it, throw them there.
No, there'll be something. It might not be good, but it'll be something.
It'll definitely be something. Yeah, we'll keep you up to par with all the transfer news when it's some really solidified transfer news.
We'll
that'd
be nice.
Bring you those updates.
Transfer news would be nice. Actually.
Yeah, we'll definitely bring up some things. We also have we definitely have we still have the Mount Rushmore show that we're gonna do. Yeah, we have some really cool shows. Definitely some really cool shows lined up for you guys, because hey, unlike some players or some people, we have high aspirations. We have some high aspirations. So yeah. We don't mind if you give us a 20 million pound evaluation. We'll make the most of it. But all the same, thank you for joining us.
On thumbnails.
Spending on what?
We'll spend it on thumbnails.
Yeah, we'll spend it on thumbnails. Exactly. Yeah, that'll be the compensation for some of the great thumbnails that JK makes for us, and even for myself, even when I even get involved in it. So big up, Beijing Pops. Definitely. If you haven't signed up for Beijing Reds TV, please go and do so.
Yeah, Beijing Reds TV. Yeah, Beijing Reds TV.
That's our brethren right there. Definitely someone that we appreciate having as a fellow Red. And congratulations to Real Madrid. You got a target on your back for next year, brothers and sisters. Target on your back. We'll be coming for that Champions League crown. But until next we meet, I will say, please do take care of yourselves. Continue to take care of your loved ones in your lives. It's very important that you do so. And I guess as always, as we always end it as best we can. Up the Reds. Please say with me, up the Reds. All right. I'll see you guys soon.